Alright, cool. Cool. Got the doggo review for today. I don't know if stream... Oh, there you are, chat. Hello. I was worried you weren't going to show up for a second, though. I'm going to be alone. I don't know where everyone else is tonight. I don't know what they're doing. I know Milkshake is somewhere. She might be doing work. What's Chris up to? Let's have a look. She's just online. Can you join me? I'm so lonely. Slight frown. There we go. That'll work. Need to add her to the group so I can actually see who's in the tag as stream. There we go. Should have done that like 8 months ago. Makes it so much easier for invites. I've been having to scroll down the whole time. And the dog review's already out and has a like and a comment. Alright, cool. Hello! My webcam needs to be like here, doesn't it? Alright, cool. Hey Fend, hello. Are we good? OBS? You gonna work? Yeah? Alright, cool. Let me hit go, basically. I don't have any more to do than that. How are all of you doing this fine evening? My mic stand's been a little funky today, I've noticed. It's falling apart. To be honest, it doesn't seem to want to hold my mic in one place. Yeah, we put the doggo review out for today. I actually need to reposition myself entirely. I've been doing lots of revision today. I think I can show you my screen. Yeah, give me a sec. This is my screen right now, as you can see. But it's covered in these bloody post-it notes. Those are my condensed foundations of security. Revision notes, all about computer security and stuff. So I take a little peek at them. I've been writing those all today and doing revision on those, but yeah. Give it a little search and see where we go. I'll just sit here and stare at my hats for a few minutes. Are you all alright? You didn't know you were fluent in Swedish? Ja. Ja. Das ist so good. Booting up video game and then party shoot. Oh shit, you're a bit late. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to need to replace this mic stand. It's... 4 years old? I don't know. When did I get my snowball? 2015? 14? 15? Like 3 or 4 years old, but it doesn't hold anymore. It has all those little twisty boys in them. That normally is meant to keep it in one place. And it's just a huge mess. Not that I think it will matter too much. I was a bit miffed because before I started the stream, I was hearing a vrrr on the mic, which is normally a wire issue, and I had to check all around, and it turned out the power cord had slightly unplugged itself. It was making an awful noise. I managed to fix that, though. You saw a doggo and rushed onto the stream, and hello, hello. It's such a lovely doggo. I'm a big, big fan of those bullshits. Ooh. It's almost a succulent. You thought it was Multiplayer Friday, not TFT Weekday? Normally, yeah. But I've got to, A, do a slightly shorter stream, B, tomorrow's my final exam, and C, as a result of me having my final exam, I'd much rather play something I can just do. Like you could just do TF2. I'd rather not worry about anything else, or... Also, no one else is around, really, but if I play TF2, it means it gives me, like, some kind of downtime. I've been revising all day, all month. So having a bit of a chill-off time where I just don't have to worry about doing anything is quite nice. Like, as you can see, like, my brain is not turned on to the whole TF2 thing yet. I'm still a little, like, cross-eyed, making all those post-it notes work. Oh, maybe. But yeah, I need to kind of... What's the word? I need to, like, decompose my brain a bit so I can rest properly for my exam tomorrow. It'll be over pretty early, though. It's at 9:30 AM. So hopefully I'll just kind of get it done, go to the pub, and that'll be my... start my summer. Be up to. There we go. No multi-mana online. Milkshake says, okay, Woolen, give me 5 minutes. That's a PogChamp. We're going to be joined by a friend. I love having friends. You like my sniper rifle? See in here. One's been kicked. I hope we aren't being joined by a lag bot. You do love the doggo so much. I'm a big fan of the old woofers. The old borkers, the old boopers. Luckily, we're both shit. Oh shit. Is he gonna get the law of random crits to work in his favour? Ooh. Disguises are kind of overrated, aren't they? You posted the same doggo a while ago and didn't get reviewed. I know, when I saved it, it said I already had that exact doggo saved, and I was like, wait, what? Like, it was the exact same file path and everything, so it must have been your post that I'd saved before. God, he hates me. It's a good doggo. It must have been just... I mean, I get, like, 100 million doggos posted in there every day, so it's impossible to review all of them. I'm in Mumble, by the way. Hello, friends. Hello. Heckin' Fluff. And very good at fulfilling multiple tasks. Speaking of hacking, did you see that Firefox put hacking in one of their tweets earlier today? They were posting about how they were submitting a update to Firefox eventually that would completely remove the need of passwords, and they said like hacking in it, and to be honest I was a little disappointed in the Mozilla Foundation. I was always thought of them as quite a family-friendly, mature organisation, but pulling out the stops like that just, I don't know. Good luck on the exam. Thank you. It'll be like maybe the hardest one so far. I felt like pretty confident though, because the exams I've done so far I think went really well, so I don't have to worry about the scores I got on those. And this exam, I don't need to guarantee... I'm graded on the full year overall, so 50 coursework, 50 exam. I don't have to get a minimum in either of them to pass, so as long as I did good on the coursework, I shouldn't have to worry too much about the exam on just the passing sense. I mean, I have no idea how I did on the coursework. I put a lot of work into it, but you never know how you're going to do on it. But if I got, you know, even like half of the coursework right, then I only have to get like 40% or 35% or something on this test, and I think I can do that pretty well. Like the main bits I find confusing are the like forensic security tests that we need to maybe know the theory on, maybe we're not really sure. So like how to conduct a forensic, or what the process is on pulling apart a computer and analysing all the file structure and stuff. It's the stuff I don't ever think about, so I've had to learn it specifically for the exam. And as a result, it's been a pain. It's just stuff you have to memorise, it's not stuff you can really work out. But other than that, most of the paper's pretty good. That and like pen tests I know, but I don't know perfectly, so I can write on them, but I just don't think I can write the full like 20 marks on them. You thought it was just Google Chrome and everyone memed in Internet Explorer? I use Firefox, because I like my RAM. I also don't use the new Firefox, I use an older branch that isn't the... What's the weird new one called that's just basically Chromium? It's not that, because that's what the new version was going to be. It's like a huge tank on RAM, so I didn't want that. Firefox is only used for Unity web browsers nowadays. I just use it because Chrome just soaks up memory, and if you're streaming you want to have as much memory as possible. If I'm doing other things, like sometimes I'll be starting a render and I want to sit and watch a YouTube video for a bit. Normally it doesn't really impact the render at all, surprisingly. Chrome, it's not a smart idea really, to be honest. He went over there. No, he went...
Hi, friend.
Oh, Milkshake, hello! You're a little... There's a little zzz in the voice. It's a little...
A little what?
The voice is a small.
Do I need to
Oh, there you go,
yell
Tommy.
in the
Thanks
mic?
for
Hi,
balancing
Destiny
everything out.
69.
Hey, Tommy.
What do I need to balance out?
Milkshake was really quiet, so you came in and you were really loud. It fixed everything.
Is that how
Hello.
it works?
Are we an equalizer combined?
Yeah, it's Firefox Quantum. I didn't want that, so I went back to the regular Firefox, and that just worked. I used to use WaterFox as well until Firefox actually worked out how to work on 64-bit systems. Yeah, I'm WaterFox, not Woolen Fox.
Oh,
it's
because
because
Woolen Fox. It's like, oh my god, it's Woolen Hut 2.0.
it was mostly that
What browser do you
Firefox
use?
just didn't work with. You know how you have to install the like Fallout extension thing and the Skyrim extension thing to get more than like 1 gig of RAM working in the game.
No.
WaterFox was that for Firefox for a really long time. It took them so long to implement it working with a computer made in, you know, 1980. that I just was a bit annoyed about that. Oh, it's the Dev Ringer. I can't block damage.
Are you gonna play TF2 too, Tomu?
I can invite you to the pub. Do you want me to
no.
do you want me to re-lobby while you're in
Is your
here,
hand
actually?
still, or like your
I
wrist?
was literally just about to go, do you want a fun fact?
I don't normally
I'm
have that
still
many
disabled.
Chrome tabs open, it's just that it uses more than it's needed. Firefox does the exact same thing, but uses less RAM. There's no reason for me to use Chrome. I use it for like uni stuff, just because I'm logged in all the uni accounts on there. So that's nice, but that's mostly just a laziness thing. Like it doesn't do anything that Firefox wouldn't do, it's just that all the accounts and Gmails and stuff are logged onto my uni.
should just use Microsoft Edge.
I would, but
for
I
that
think I
gaming
uninstalled
edge
it.
in browsers.
I uninstalled it because I was born in the 1990s. I don't want to use a web browser made before I was. Even though Edge is completely new. Yeah, I know. And Microsoft Edge is actually meant to be pretty good. It's meant to be like actually like really good browser. But it's not Firefox. Why is your channel full of VODs? What, my YouTube channel? Because I've spent the last month revising for my university degree. And my priority is to
Breaking that YouTube money.
do well in it instead of
effort.
instead of spending a whole day making like a £5 ad revenue off a YouTube video.
Doesn't care about his YouTube videos anymore.
Anymore. I don't know, it's just like it's a humongous, I think it's an atrocious decision to put your hobbies over your education when you've got like a month left and it's your finals.
I did that.
Yep.
What do you mean?
I'm the one in uni. It's just like, I do almost no work during the year. I do all my coursework in like 2 weeks, and then for the last month I disable everything. Everything like hobby related, and just do the work, and then hopefully I pass, and I've managed to do that my whole life. And so far, it's kind of worked okay. So, I'm gonna keep at it until, you know, I get fired from my job for negligence or something. Well, I'm not gonna do that.
Don't have a job.
I've had jobs.
You've worked in Waitrose.
I've worked in Waitrose and a uniform shop, which made me never want to
Good
work in a
job.
uniform shop ever again, or listen to the radio ever again.
See,
I hope you like the same 6 songs over and over again.
I have like an idea of you working in a uniform shop, but it's like the uniform shop like that I went to. As a little
Imagine
kid.
loads and loads of
And I
really
just think
posh,
you're in
middle-aged, angry women,
Oh,
mothers,
yeah, like, I know what it
looking
is,
up for like
but-
the certain jumper for their kid, and they're like, oh, we need all of this stuff. It's like, I know all the uniform your child needs. There's like 8 schools nearby, and I have them
It's just-
memorized. It's like, oh, are you sure? It's the right size. It's like, yes, I'm certain the label in size says age 9 to 10. Don't worry. Like, are you certain? Could you get me another one to check? It's like, no, well, I mean, I can, but... And I will, because I have to, but... it's also
You know what's
really
silly?
hot. Clothes are hot.
Parents that buy uniforms that are like fitting for their
Yeah, because they'll
child
never...
that's about to grow.
Yeah,
2
they'll
inches
work.
in a week.
Yeah. They always, like... You could tell when they were smart parents, because they would come in, they would be happy, first of all. And also they'd buy their kid, like, the year above what they should actually have, and the kid would be like, oh, it doesn't fit. And it's like, well... No, but
buy
in a
their kid
year,
clothes
you'll be
that are,
really
like-
happy that your clothes do fit.
There's like half a jumper sleeve hanging off the kid, and you're like, that
Yeah, you'll
fits.
grow into
That's
it.
perfect.
I had loads of like really like weird stories from it. I vaguely remember some of them. One of them was less weird, but I remember like one day like a fully grown like really like swole man came in, and he was just
me.
looking for a water bottle, and he was just looking around all like the little like Peppa Pig and Funky Frog water bottles, and he was like, "Do you have anything for like men?" And I was like, "It's like a primary school uniform shop. We don't."
You should have recommended like a Peppa Pig water bottle.
I think I was like 14. This was like a butch, like 45-year-old man
Yeah, you should have definitely gone. No, this is the
wearing like
section.
shorts.
Like everyone's using.
I mean,
Peppa Pig
you
water bottles.
say that. I'm pretty sure like the large-sized children's shirts were even too big for me. Like they were huge. Like the
They were
size
probably
children
too broad
clothes you
for
can get.
but-
I have pretty big shoulders. Like the rest of me is really thin, but like I'm quite like shoulder full.
So
It's
you
quite
have
a-
like, big
I'm in a-
shoulders and baby hands.
I think I have small
Oh.
hands. I think I might.
Do you think so?
I
Do
think
you
I
actually
might.
admit it?
Well, like, no, I actually don't know. Like, Razor Death Head is a big mice, and it like works for me. But
Can you put your hand in front of your face? Use your face for scale.
now it makes me feel like, what's a normal hand look like? Tomu, can you send me like your hand in the mail? I just want to compare.
I mean,
No, I
tell
have,
me your
like,
hands
skeleton.
Can you put it in like
so...
a beer freezer or something? For
Your hand's like the same size as your face.
well, it's also
I would say that you have a small baby face.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It just
That's the
came.
only conclusion.
I think this conversation originally came from the fact that like a year or two ago, I mentioned that my younger sister was like a foot shorter than me, but her hands are the same size as me, and that confused me. And then Cake was like, "Oh, that must mean you have tiny hands." And then he used umbrella, and I don't know where the umbrella thing.
That was like really random, to be
I
honest.
don't know why I have
It was
umbrella
funny.
hands, but Hello. Are we gonna have a stream highlight of Woolen talking about his uniform shop stories? Well, I mean, if you've watched my my videos from 8 years ago, you'll be up to date on those.
I remember when you came into Mumble, like we were about to scrim or something, and you're like, Tommy, guess what?
Which
I've got
one?
a job.
Oh, is this the Waitrose one? Yeah.
No, it's the uniform one.
That was a while ago, Tomu.
I know.
Tom was actually.
Did I know you?
Yep.
This
and
was
then
like
you got
year
Waitrose
10.
Afterwards. No.
9?
No.
No, I worked at Waitrose when I was in the second... My second year of college, so I would have been like 18.
I don't know your years of college.
I would have been 18. I worked at Waitrose when I was 18. I think I worked in the uniform shop when I was like 15. So, have you known me for 5, 6 years? I did it for my like year 10 or 11 work experience that they make you do.
Yeah. And then I swear you did some more.
That was when I got my crippling coffee addiction. Because they would constantly, like every 10 minutes, they'd be like, hey, you've been like shuffling boxes all day and like ordering the exact same, like 100 copies of the same jumper and over again meticulously. Could you go and make everyone in the office tea and coffee? Because you're the intern. Alright. So like every like half an hour I'd go and make a new black coffee for myself. So over the space of a whole summer I probably consumed like maybe 8 or 9 tons of instant Nescafe cheap coffee. And ever since then I have basically been dead. Essentially, like clinically no longer a human being, more a mannequin driven by coffee. It's not a good thing. Oh, hey. Yeah, no, I just temporarily turned on the auto mod because it might help stop those, like, horrific, like, spam bots. I don't know if it will, but I'll turn it off in, like, a week when I think they've gone. And then if they come back again, we can just deal with it then, but... I have a melee. Oh, never mind, you do too. But yeah, you can just... Like, if any mods are in chat, you can just enable those. Like, they're just views. Oh, thank you. Who would win? Woolen Sleevelet versus a hairy boy. Oh, there was another time. This was an awful. This was maybe the worst story of all. There was a parent who was just very nasty. She was not very nice to her child, but I remember, like, I think she was a parent of like a 8-year-old daughter. And there were no room in that. We had like 3.
Oh, well, then you're gonna have to turn off this auto mod.
Yeah.
It's like a full-time job. Yeah.
Okay. There were like 3 changing rooms. There were like little cupboards with windows on them. The parent didn't have 10 minutes to wait, and they changed their child in the middle of the shop, like standing in front of them to act as a changing room. And I just remember looking back and thinking, if I was that child, I'd be mortified. I'd be like shamed and horrified of being in public. Because they were like trying on school uniform for like 10 minutes in the middle of a really small uniform shop. I just remember thinking, this person's a parent. They look like they have a full-time job. They're like a responsible adult and they're putting their child through this. Do they have any soul? Like, is everything okay? And that was when I started to worry about absolutely everything in the world. And sometimes you get a lovely parent that comes in and knows exactly what they want. They buy it and then leave and be like, oh, thank you. Those were the good ones. Is there any way for me to change auto mod while the stream's live, or do I have to restart it? Because I don't really want to restart the stream for auto mod.
It's okay. Ban auto mod. Don't.
What was...
Auto mod's now banned.
Wait, you can do that? Is auto mod technically a channel? Or is it...
I don't know. I didn't know I could do that.
Can you... Auto mod's part of Twitch. It's not like a Nightbot thing, is it? Like everyone has auto mod, don't they?
Oh no, auto
It didn't seem to work. Can you ban him again? He's like a zombie. You have to keep banning him.
This is already banned.
Jesus.
I can't ban him anymore.
He's really good at his job. He doesn't even need to be unbanned. Hey, Milkshake.
Hey, oh, that's you.
Yeah, it's me. I'll beat you to it next time. I'm surprised beat wasn't auto modded. I didn't turn it on that high. It's just it was barely on. It was on like the very bare minimum for like no racism, but like everything else was enabled. All like the penis comments,
swears,
cunt was allowed, but you just can't say like Irish, just in case someone gets offended. Jesus Christ, Milkshake, you have no shame. Don't quack me. Did I kill him or? Sorry, I was just trying to shoot the stickies off the point there so I could run onto it, but I missed everything. It's bullet spread, trust me. So let me have a look actually. Moderation. Oh, they've made Twitch a bit better. Auto mod. Let's just turn it down.
Weenie isn't allowed.
Weenie is a naughty word, my dude. Save.
Oh,
Okay,
why would
I
it not be
saved.
allowed?
I changed auto mod slightly. See if it works now. Did that work? Did I
Oh
fix
my
it, Tommy?
God.
Do you want me to turn it back
I
on?
don't know.
Is it funnier
No.
with it? Is it funnier with auto mod off?
No.
Do you not like having extra work?
No.
That's a thinker. So yeah, Tommy, how was your work today? Because I remember you went yesterday because you had work.
No, I didn't go today.
You just didn't go. So you went left early for no reason. You left me alone.
You just didn't want to talk to us.
Good
Well,
evening,
yesterday-
Wolf Blue.
Yeah.
Thank you for the 3 months,
I left at
Swamboots.
like 11.
Oh yeah, you left like really late. I think Woolen, you left earlier, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yesterday was
I
my
don't
uni
remember.
exam. Oh, you mean as in from the stream? Do you mean as in I left the stream early?
Or like
Oh, you left-
Mumble or Discord. I didn't.
I left
remember.
Mumble at. Well, I went to bed at like half 10.
I left at the same time that you left, Woolen, yesterday.
I
That was like
totally
11,
forgot.
half 11. And I went to bed
Oh.
at like midnight. So.
That's still pretty early.
I just need to
Shut
wake
up.
up early so I can do my
Well-
exams.
I didn't mean to say that. That was just like an automated response.
Tommy, are you
My
bullying
auto mod
everyone?
response.
I feel bullied now.
Dude, I'm just on auto mod.
Oh, what level of auto mod are you on right now, Tommy?
Shut up one. But if I just hear something
How
and
many-
I can't think of a response, so
How many layers of robot are you on right now?
Because I'm retarded.
Maybe like
10.
5 or 6.
So no, I left late. But I do leave because you know I had stuff like I wanted to watch some Netflix. I wanted
Oh, that's
to
2.
relax.
What were you watching?
So I abandoned people.
What
I can't watch
Netflix
things
were you
with
watching?
like. I was watching Safe. It's
I-
got the dude from Dexter in it.
Dexter's Laboratory. With Tweedy. Not Tweedy. What's his sister called?
So
Steve?
shut up.
It's not Steve, I think.
Twee?
Dexter's
Dix.
Laboratory.
It's like with the E or something.
He's a small
I think.
print. DD, that's it. DD.
Oh yeah, dude.
DD. Was he? He was German, wasn't he? For some reason.
Dexter?
Yeah. Dexter
Was
in
he?
Dexter's Laboratory was like
He
German.
had like a weird accent.
Just had a
didn't
nasal
he?
voice.
He had like a German accent.
He had like a weird accent.
Yeah.
He was always going on about like apple strudel and stuff. And the German flag, you know, other such German things.
The German flag.
Yeah. My favourite German thing. Rush B. Let's not do that, because if I start CSGO, my mic will go to 100 and I'll have to yell Von really loudly. We own this point. We should go to the mid-capture point. I haven't played Badlands in a pub in what feels like a while. Like, we don't have to wait for Uber to push second. Imagine that. You can just turn the corner and die to stickies normally. Without having a medic building Uber. Oh, well. Oh, that's an Uber. Thank you. Ooh, Nikki.
Extra thicky.
Nikki, extra thicky. Thank you for the sub. And the name. Thanks for bringing that to our forefront
That's
of
a
our minds.
pretty good name.
Thank you.
It's the first time I've laughed this year.
What about earlier today when I said, "Hey Tommy, you're my friend," and you laughed at me?
Why would you laugh? Oh, like laughing as in haha?
Yeah, he was like, "Ha ha ha ha." Got him.
Good joke.
Got him good. I
No,
hear
I'm
him
just
saying,
gonna
"Come on,
punish
git."
him.
That's not the sentry gun being moved.
It's other people.
Ridiculous.
Oh no.
Uvu. Are they an owl?
Woohoo!
They've got like a
Oh.
V. Uvu.
Evie,
Uvu.
hoo-hoo, Noctowl.
No. I just think they've got a beak in their face.
Hello, Woolen. Just started your exam. Leave. Oh, I thought he meant like you're in the middle of your exam right now, and you want me to like stop streaming so you can pay attention to it. Wait,
You
is
should tell them all
exam?
the answers.
All the answers. The answer to question 2 is
Let's see.
first in, first out.
It's always C.
It's a Q.
Oh. Guess we lost.
It's exam leave like the week or two you get before exams to do revision. Because we didn't really get that this year. Like, we just had like everything end and then suddenly our exams and then that's it. Hello. Nikki, extra thicky. Thank you for bringing joy to our lives in the form of ASCII characters. It's a good thing. Your 2-week break ends this week. You have 6 texts next week. So good luck. Make sure you try your best. You read all the questions. Make sure to write on the paper with a pen or pencil, depending on your exam and preference. And have fun. You know, if you find yourself being bored, just sit there and laugh at the paper. And people get really confused. They'll think, is everything okay? And just laugh at them.
What?
It'll be good. Also, take water with you. Can you turn on auto mod again? You want to annoy Tommy. You can, like...
I'll just time them out.
Can't time out horror channel.
So then they can't, because then Automod is like agreeing with me.
Oh. Your first exam is Tuesday. It's biology, which you're doing for A-level. A or AS? You're doing your second year. In which case, good luck. Aren't you a main spy? What gives you that idea? I've never ever played spy in my life. It's me, the scout. Hello. Boink.
When did you stop playing Spy? Was it
Like
the
7 months
Ambassador
ago.
update?
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually,
What's your opinion on the Ambassador?
I didn't play the season before that, so maybe it's been like more like 12 months.
What's your opinion on the Ambassador, Woolen?
The
new
what?
year.
Oh,
The Ambassador.
well, Tommy, may I direct you to a video that I made like 6 months ago, so I don't have to say
No.
anything.
We don't care about your YouTube viewers, so I'm not going to watch them.
No, but I care about you, Tommy, and you can become my YouTube viewer.
I don't care about you.
Oh. You're the only hope I had left that I might have some friends in this cold, mortal coil, but that's okay.
Got a
Love
milkshake.
me.
Hey, Chris. How's
Hi.
it going, friend?
Hi.
Are you my only friend left?
No.
And no as in I'm not your friend, or no as in I have more friends?
Yes.
Oh. You're doing your GCSEs now, you pick biology to do next year, but they don't do AS anymore. You're only allowed to pick 3 A-levels. That's not it's not a bad thing. I would have been pretty happy to not have to do English literature, because I just dropped it in my second year anyway. You don't have to, because when I did it, you did 4 S's, you dropped 1 and did 3 A-levels. Still don't understand why I had to do English for a year. But yeah, that makes sense, gutting that. It just meant the 3 A-levels I actually cared about was slightly worse, because I spent all my time doing English for no reason. Because it was like the 4th least subject I hated. Ooh. And then I went to uni, and all I do is computing. Until some of the modules have nothing to do with computing. Milkshake, there's a zoom. If you run under here, it can't find you, and we can...
Wait, no.
Don't worry,
I
Milkshake.
didn't run fast enough.
Well,
Come
hold
back.
down your W key.
Oh, it's okay.
I'll come
we
back.
lost
Here we go.
anyway.
What's... Oh,
Didn't even matter.
we tried our best.
We didn't.
I am 5'9".
I think you're like 5 foot.
Milkshake is 1m69.
Yeah.
It's the only person's height in the world I remember. I wonder
Is it
why.
actually 1
It is.
69?
It's actually
It is. I hope I
169.
haven't like grown since.
Yeah, I hope you
I've
haven't,
met
because that'll
you.
make it really confusing.
Because that would
for
be
me.
really sad.
I'll never be able to
You're
remember
really
it.
small.
I'm not really small. I'm really tall. Stop.
Do you ever like stand on your tippy toes and say, I'm actually 169.5?
I sometimes
Isn't that
when you go
why-
to the supermarket, I can't reach the top shelf, so I have to stand on the.
But that's where they keep the chocolate biscuits.
Do you ever get people to like help you?
No, I just stand on the thingy
Oh,
because that's the thing you
do
need
you
to
like
stand on.
clamber on top of the little fridges?
I'm not that small. I'm like
You put
pretty
your
tall.
feet in the frozen pizzas to try to get to the sweet potato fries in the fridge above. Be like, ooh, try and grab it.
And then like the fridge falls falls down.
English Literature Club. That's a computer science's job is of course to compute. The computer is for show. The confusing me donut icon. Can I get a small milkshake?
I'm not small though. Woolen's a small one here. I'm like pretty tall.
I thought it was average. Apparently I'm slightly below average.
Yeah, you're really
I thought the
small.
average was 5'9". Apparently it's 5'10".
Unfortunate.
I've really lobbied because we're against Kana and Vladimir Trump, and I can't put it between me to kill that cute politician. Let's go.
You're a small person, one.
I haven't grown since I was like 14.
can wear high heels and then you'll appear taller.
I think I'd look good in high heels.
Say that's what girls do. They just put on high heels and like, oh look, I'm tall now.
That's how it works.
It's not how it works.
It is. The moment you put on high heels, they become assimilated into your leg. You destroy your ankles, so you can never not wear heels. And if you fall over, it's all gone. You've lost
like,
it.
Twist your ankle.
Yeah, you die. You just die right there. High heels.
Unfortunate.
These days, high heels actually have a warranty built in. That's if I die, please give these high heels to someone I really don't like, so they have to wear them.
Do you know that high heels are made for men?
Did you know that men were made for high heels?
No, but like, you know, in the old
I didn't know.
days,
Tell me about it. Were they like razy boys for the king or something? Make him look a bit taller.
They would wear makeup and they would wear high heels.
They did, yeah. Do you remember the Tudor era when everyone looked quite different
like,
to our current expectation of the male fashion?
I don't personally remember.
Were you not around
TK
in...
does,
TK was around in the Swedish era, thank you very much.
The
It was so long ago that everyone's forgotten about it. It was just between the Swiss era and the Birmingham year, when everyone was from Birmingham.
Didn't
it was
think
a bit weird.
My knowledge of history is that extensive.
It's because you're a dentist, Milkshake. You only learn about history for the first 2 years.
I'm not even a dentist. It's really sad.
Would you like to be a dentist?
I don't know. It'd be funny.
Heels were developed by
awful,
butchers to avoid blood pools. I remember on QI that stilts were invented from like the French living in the marshes, so they didn't have to get their feet stuck in the marshland. PewDiePie is $3.99 high. What does that mean? Is that like a drug reference, or is that how tall he is? In like meters or feet? Because
a combination of the
he's
both,
quite tall. He's from Sweden. They're probably like maybe 100 feet tall, some say. There's a soldier with a scorching hat using the shotgun in this pub. Can we tell him that the gunboats are currently in fashion if we're talking about high heels? I'm gonna play Pyro with the woo.
Tommy.
Is it Tommy?
It's Tommy, but it's Tomika.
Tomika? Where?
It said in the chat. Tomika 2004. It's like a really small female.
I don't...
Let's just go through a phase.
What, Marvin Braham 2005? Oh yeah, Inspect, Tomika 2004. Just Tomika, my favourite reference. I will hide in here, Scout, and you'll never find me. Is Hype Woolen all cheating? The sniper with no hats running around. You cracked the bottom tray of your glass today and you're really sad. Oh man. Oh wait, your phone. I thought you meant as in like your glass. I was almost worried, because then you wouldn't be able to do like drink shots. And that would be worrying. But if it's just a phone, you can replace those for like maybe £8,000 these days. What a phone's worth? Not much, right? We're millennials, so we have lots of money.
What's the mortgage on your house that you don't own?
I don't own. I can never own a house.
Can't.
I mean, I could maybe own like a shack.
A doghouse.
I could live in a doghouse and make it into like a hipster restaurant in the south end of London, and make
you're small enough for one. So.
Charge 400. Oh. Stilts were invented for lamplighters. You were invented for lamplighters. There we go. We got him. We got him good. Did you see that? Did everyone catch that on video?
This person's
Oh, he sells his chair for $3.99. It's a meme. It's a lot of money for like a... Oh, is he cheating? Okay. I mean, it's not like... If it's a Herman Miller, maybe, that's like very cheap. But if it's like a chair that PewDiePie sat in, I don't know, like, is his bum sweat worth that much? Yes. Probably, right?
Probably.
How much would you pay for bum sweat of someone with like 100,000 subscribers?
$3.99.
$3.99 in...
Is that the perfect price?
What's your favourite like currency though? Like Danish krona? Because it sounds like a beer.
Swedish monies.
They use the euro, don't they?
No, they don't.
They use francs.
No, franc is for drugs.
No, it's for French. Oh yeah, like the dog that had David Mitchell's voice. Do you remember him?
It's a fucking
Call
company.
Frank. Call Frank.
I know, but that... Yeah, but that was like so long.
Was that an ad
after.
campaign? Was it not? Was Frank not just the dog voiced by David Mitchell? I really like.
Company.
I really like David Mitchell. No, but it's ask.
I did like the advert.
Oh dear!
Like,
I appear to have a plastic bag full of cocaine inside of my arse. Oh no! I like David Mitchell. He's a good boy. $8,000. Yes, I'll have to cut back on the avocado toast.
69 viewers.
Haha.
No, it's 70.
None of them are.
It ruined the meme.
None of them are coming from a Fortnite
Just like
stream.
milkshakes.
Spamming obscenities. Feels bad, man. It's his custom-made gaming chair. Oh, he made it. Was it flat pack? Has anyone made that joke yet? You can use that one if you like. Go tell PewDiePie that on Twitter. Say, is it flat pack? Because I bet no one's made that joke
DM
before.
him right now.
DM him on Snapchat. You probably haven't on
I'm gonna
Snapchat.
DM him on Steam.
You have me on Steam. That means you basically have PewDiePie.
I don't have it on Steam.
House in the country is cheap as heck versus an apartment in the city. Yeah, but also you have to spend like £800,000 a year on petrol, so it's not like really cheaper. And also your time is worth stuff as well, you know? Like, if you spend 8 hours a day commuting from the middle of Porky's house to London, because he lives up north, probably lives in the forest, I don't know.
I don't know
He lives
if
on a
knows
farm.
how to commute. He only has a tractor, doesn't he?
Yeah, if you drive up the tractor up the M1 to London from Porky, that's where he lives in Porky, you'll probably spend like maybe 1,000, maybe 8,000 different Yu-Gi-Oh cards in money getting there, which is about £400 English money. Hello, Dat Leon. You hope you can stay for a long time because your internet's going to be crazy and just switching to random... Oh, are you going to be having like your stream quality settings like jumping up from like 360p to 720p to 1p? You had a single pixel. Which one do you like? Do you want kind of greyish brown or brownish grey? Hey Woolen, hello. If you really want to own a house, it's not that expensive. Oh yeah, like if you could somehow save up like 30 to 40 grand, you can probably get a deposit for a house somewhere.
If you didn't have to pay like 1,200 quid for a decent rental,
Yeah.
whilst you're trying to save money.
It's the fact that you do have to spend money on renting. Like, if you're living in London, your rent will be around a grand. More if you're living alone, less if you're living in a huge group. I think on average, maybe a grand, 1.2 grand. So for a whole year, you basically just spent your whole deposit. If you didn't have to rent at all, like if you live with your parents for a year, you could literally just live with them for a year and spend your rent money that would otherwise go down the sink on the house deposit. But most people don't want to be... Yeah, if your parents want you to live with them, but B, if you want to be like aged, you know, like 26 with probably a significant other, living with your parents for a year.
That's what they do in Japan.
Most people don't want to do that in England. It's not really what we do. We move out, we become really poor, we complain that houses are expensive and then kind of live our lives.
But there's a shift in culture, there's a few studies on it, so...
I would not. I love my mum, but I would not live with her again.
No, but like the average age of like when people move,
it's really
properly move out, it keeps
really
going
late.
up, so, yeah.
Something like 25% of under 30s live with their parents, which is huge. That's a huge number. Like, I'm 20 and I've lived alone for 2 years. That's like an old-fashioned thing, really. I just really wanted to live by myself. I like independence. I don't like the idea of... Yeah, also I've got uni, but plenty of people live with their parents at uni, which I think is stupid, to be honest.
Like, that's borderline impossible if you want... If you're smart enough to go to a decent uni...
I think you should go to a good uni, not where lives nearby as you, to be honest. I think it makes no sense to me to put all that work in just to go to a uni nearby your parents' house.
Yeah, well then so if
you should go where's best for you.
Then you can't... Most people don't actually live close to where the good unis are.
No, the good unis are always in the middle of dog shit nowhere. Like Leeds and Nottingham used to be like really good, and they're like 8 hours away.
Most people your age and like from 18 are living alone.
Yeah.
Or in theory.
I think not most people. I know a lot of people who went back at the weekends to at least live with their parents for the weekends. Like people, they move out, but like not really. Like they keep most of their stuff at their parents' house, and they just kind of, you know, they're in their dorm for Monday to Friday, but then they go home for the weekends. I knew a huge amount of people that did that. Like Oxford's...
dorms. That's different.
That's not dorms. I think when you start living in your own flat, that happens less, but... Even the people I know that don't go to uni, maybe from secondary school, like a third of them actually ended up going back to uni. A lot of them either did college or nothing, or they just did secondary school and went back into work. Or an apprenticeship. Those people, almost all of them, I think, are living... I think all of them, literally, are living with their parents. Because... you're, you know, 20 years old and working for maybe like £10 an hour, if that. You can't afford to rent off of that. so they have to live with their
£10
parents. Well, no, if they'd done an apprenticeship, you'd hope they would. They're my age. They've been working for 2 years.
Doubt.
You reckon?
Doubt. Yep.
I was working in. I thought the minimum wage was like $7.50.
If you're over 21.
Oh, is that the national living wage? It's like a different
Yeah.
thing. If you're living with a good employer, they'll pay you by that. But if it's a bad employer, they'll pay like £6 an hour. Well, even less. If they're getting paid like £8 an hour, maybe.
I mean, with no qualifications, I got £8 an hour.
I think Waitrose paid me like £7, and they didn't give me
Yeah.
overtime, and they didn't pay me weekends. That wasn't very nice of them. It wasn't a good company to work for. Like, the company was actually great. Waitrose were nice. They're lovely. You get a huge discount, but not for like the work you're doing. You might as well work in Tesco's. They actually pay you more. Like in supermarkets, they do a thing where you can order online, and someone goes around the shop and puts your stuff in a basket and delivers it to you. That's at Waitrose is just a job. You just do it. If you're working at Tesco's, I think it's like an extra £2-3 an hour to do that job, and it's easier and more fun. I think also deliveries, they pay you a lot more in the other supermarkets. It's really weird. I think it's just like, if you're working at Waitrose, I did it because I got in. Basically, like I sent loads of companies job applications when I was like 18 or 17 or whenever, however old I was. They just happened to reply, and I was like, okay. It was mostly nice because discount was like huge.
Yeah, it's for the benefits.
Yeah.
It's not for the wage or like the job.
Yeah.
It's the same as any other.
My mum
supermarket.
really likes that supermarket. She can't afford it, but she really likes it. So as a result, she always
and it
buys
helps.
from it. So she probably saved like £1 or $2 from the year I worked
Yeah.
there. It's
And it
30%.
helps if,
30% off.
Shop on the and stuff as well.
I didn't. I joined
But
in
not
like in
rich enough.
February and I quit.
Yeah.
You're meant to get a benefit if you work there for a whole year. You technically earn shares in the company and they pay you a lot.
Yeah, you'll get that as well.
It's fine, but if I was working in like any other supermarket, I would have gotten paid more for the work I'd done. What's your favourite Tesco item? Probably the sourdough. Probably any supermarket's the sourdough. They always do really good sourdough in supermarkets.
Yeah.
That and crisps.
I don't.
You like
understand the
sourdough?
point of sourdough.
I just like sourdough. I think it tastes nice.
Why is it always really dense?
I really like dense bread, Tommy.
I really hate dense bread.
But then that's fun.
I like
Hell, I
fluffy
hate you.
bread.
I like dense bread. I think it's
Yeah,
tasty.
fluffy bread.
Fluffy bread's
Fluffy
fine,
bread,
but like, for example, there's like a nice little.
Dense bread is like
soda.
a workout for your jaw.
I like soda bread and stuff as well.
I like soda bread, but that's not dense really. That's like
It can be dense.
crumbly. It's crumbly.
If you toast it, it goes really, really like compared to regular toast, it's denser.
I've never tasted it. I've only
You
ever
don't
had
toast
it.
it. Oh, I see.
No.
I
So I have
toast
Irish
it.
soda
all the
bread.
time. Yeah, Irish soda bread. There's a nice one in like a little green packet you can get. Do you know the one I mean? It's very small and it's quite expensive, but if it goes on sale, it's really worth it. Do you know what I mean? I think it is just called Irish soda bread. They sell it in like every supermarket now.
Do they?
It's only been around for like a couple of years. But it's
I normally
really
just got
good.
it. Like if you go to Ireland and you go get your soup of the day, which is always vegetable soup. I just give you soda bread, loads of soda bread, and it's great. And then just have soda bread and soup. Like one of my favourite meals, I swear to God.
Soup's good. I ate loads of soup my first year of uni. It's like cheap to buy like 100 million cans of it and just sit there and have it. That and like mini pizzas and stir fries. That was a good year. Not necessarily a good year, but it was an easy year. Spent like no money at all. So I didn't have any really, but... Well, if you live close to a good American uni, go to their honours college and use parents as a way for groceries and a way for transition to life on your own. It's up to you, but I think independence is fun for me. Like I know like I can't afford, I can afford groceries, but I can't afford my parents' groceries. But I like that everything I own is mine. I feel like a real adult that like I'm doing everything myself. I like that.
Even with your baby hands.
Even with my baby hands. But it's nice going around and choosing your own thing, deciding what you're going to eat for the week, knowing that
Until you
you've
look
all
at your
spent
baby
it
hands
yourself.
and you're like, I'm still a boy.
No, I feel like if you're... I like it. I like the independence of doing stuff yourself. I feel like if you're still doing bits with your parents, it's the responsible thing to do, because it's cheaper, but... Are we being lagged down?
Dying. Oh.
Well, I guess we're going to have to re-lobby. I don't see anyone in spectator. Are they in game?
Yeah. I don't see anyone.
No one's just joined though. Did it stop?
Yeah.
No.
No, it's still going on.
About DDoS.
Does it say in the...
The lag bots.
Do you see him? Because you can
I
normally
don't
kick
see
them.
anyone in spec.
I'm going to try retry and see what happens. Because normally you can retry and go into spec. You're going to live on your own because there's some stuff you'd like to do that your parents won't be okay with. Yes, that's university, my dude. You have a good amount of independence and you choose what you eat. It's just you're sort of being responsible. Yeah, it's fair. To be honest, like, if you live like a student, if you ever go back to your parents' house like I did, I would always go back for like 4 days over Christmas because I'm a responsible adult and I spend only 4 days with my parents. But I still did that. Like, I didn't want to spend like 2 months there like some people did. You know, I'd go back and immediately come back. But anytime I'd go home, I'd sit there and just devour the fridge. They'd always have so much food. It's so... You open the fridge at home. Like, my mum, I don't know why, but she always has, like, 4 packets of Waitrose muffins, like the breakfast muffins. They've all got, like, 8 muffins. Like, they've all got 4 muffins in them. Go into the cupboard, you can just make infinite muffins, and there's just a supply of them. You go into the freezer, she's frozen them. Are you hungry?
Is there an offer?
I don't know. She just they're like 60p to a pound each. I would buy them if I had the accessibility to go in.
If they were 2 for a pound, you're saving 20p with them.
I really like the Waitrose muffins. I haven't had them in so long. I can't go into Waitrose and just buy muffins though. People look at me like I'm a student. Wait.
I love poached egg on muffins.
Oh, we've joined back into the exact same server.
Did you type like retry?
Yeah, you typed retry, Woolen.
So that would make sense.
Didn't I lobby us into a new casual match though?
Don't think so.
I guess. Did he just leave Milkshake?
No, I was waiting because she said you were gonna look what happens if you like retry. So
did the bot leave then?
There's like 1 person. Actually, there's 2 people in spec, or like 3. But I think some
Omni.
have just
no,
like,
it's just Omni.
joined.
It's Omni.
No, but there's like other people too. So I don't know if they're like.
Do I not have Omni on my friends list? Oh, weird. Is your father the Muffin Man? I don't think he is. Waitrose muffins are the 2 best words to destroy in a stream to. Hey, Blizzard. Or maybe it is Omni. Oh, it's bloody John, isn't it? He's black. It's because I'm taking the viewers from Blackout TV.
I don't know. There's like no one suspicious.
He's not streaming. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. Ooh.
So I don't know what's going on.
I have many sisters and a brother. You're required to spend the time away from the uni. You don't devour the fridge. You've lost 5 kilos since you went off to uni and weight at 71 going in. I don't know anything about weight, but if you lost weight over uni, that's a good thing. Trust me. Like, some people go to uni and all they do is eat like fast food. I know a lot of people who do that. They just eat Subway. I don't think Chris is watching. Chris, you should stop eating so much Subway. I mean, he's thin, but it's gonna go to his thighs eventually. He loves his Subway, but like, people just go and they have the they don't have the responsibility. They have the ability now to literally just eat whatever they want, and they use that as an excuse to just devour everything. That's fine. Well, I was saying that as someone, I'm pretty sure my first year I went to Iceland because Mars bars are on sale and bought like 40 and ate them over like a month.
And then ate them in a day.
I wish I could, but
do you ever get like, I buy like little chocolate bourbons and I'm like, I love them. And then I just eat an entire packet in like half an hour. Just in front of me.
I used to do that. I stopped buying them because I don't know if that was the cause, but I'm starting to go off sugar a little bit. Like, if I have like a Mars bar, it tastes nice, but my teeth start to have like a chemical reaction, and they're like, stop that. Eat like a
cravings.
Apple.
I have cravings, so.
You have cravings for sugar.
I have like sugar. Yeah, I'll have like sugar.
I got that so much last year.
Just go through it, and then like 2 days of like succumbing to my cravings. I'm like, I hate sugar.
Oh.
And, a week later or a month later, it'd be like sugar craving again, or like chocolate craving or something.
Yeah, my cravings these days are for like really specific foods. Like, I'll be like, I really want like 4 chocolate fingers. And I won't have any, because I'll have bought them and then eaten them. So I stopped buying chocolate fingers, because it was... Like, I'd spend £1 and then eat them in like 5 minutes. And I'd be like, well, there goes those chocolate fingers.
I just get what I like.
I stopped doing that. I just started making myself...
When I get the craving, I just go and get it.
Yeah. I stopped doing that just because it was a pain. I don't think it was like helpful. So I just started, if I'm really hungry... Or if I know I'll be hungry even, not when I'm hungry, if I know I'll be hungry, I'll batch make a bunch of stuff I could eat like that. Like I'll make like a chocolate cake and just have it over like a week. Or I'll make like loads of brownies or flapjacks or those little things where you melt cereal. So you melt chocolate and put it in cereal. Not melt cereal, don't do that. He needs a dispenser.
I'm gonna get my cornflakes and I'm just gonna put it at
Medic, please click on me with your medigun.
Nice crispy cornflakes.
You don't want them crispy.
Yum, yum, yum.
Them,
Tasty,
so you got to try and
tasty
get it to such a
food.
temperature that it doesn't actually like crisp them up. It just instantly melts them. So like 300 degrees, 400 degrees. That'll do it.
You can't drink soda anymore. Yeah.
I don't. Well, actually, that's a lie.
I don't really like. I don't know what it is, but my body's like. I think it's becoming like. I eat so much that's just like pseudo healthy food. Like it's literally healthy food. But I eat so much of it, my body's like. The moment I look at like a McDonald's, I'm like. I'm uncomfortable. I don't like hate it.
You're
it's
a
like,
vegetarian.
yeah, but like. I mean, it's also because I guess
obviously
veggie burgers
you'd
are
be
disgusting. But like, I'll go in there and I'll be like, okay, I'll have a veggie burger without any of the crap shit that you put on it. Just like lettuce, tomato, onions, and the weird thing. And I'll just eat it and I'll be like, this tastes of like sugar. Why does this like bread taste of sugar?
What if, Woolen, you're on your way to college, you're walking past McDonald's and you're like, man, it's time for breakfast.
I just don't have that.
Oh.
I live fairly close to one as well, but like I
for so long.
what it is I just look at it and my brain like thinks of sugar. I don't know what it is. I used to love sugar. All I would do is sit there and just eat sugar. I wouldn't do that, like literally. I think maybe I've probably just eaten Demerara at some point in my like child life. Demerara's great, but like for some reason I'm just thinking of like food I don't like. My mouth is just like it's like stop that. You need to like brush your teeth now. You've thought of that. I don't know what it is. I'm becoming like a 48-year-old single mother. It's like, oh, you can't touch more than one crisp.
After I drink a can of Coke, I'm just like touching my teeth with my tongue, and I'm like, man.
You're like, this is wrong. I'm sorry, teeth. I tried my best, but I've given up.
I was like, I really want to drink the Coke.
I've never
I really
been.
hate this feeling.
I've never been to Poland. I've never been abroad. I think I went to France when I was like 4. Like maybe twice when I was like 3 and 5 or something. Because I got my Game Boy Advance from France. That was a story. I can retell it in short. I got really confused because I grew up. My older sisters had Game Boy Colors, and I was like, I want one of those because I'm young and I like materialism. Still do. I still have that Game Boy and it still works. It's great. But I was like, I want to have that. So when we were on France, we got one. I don't remember why, but we did. It was nice. I didn't normally get very much, so I quite liked that. Get a lot of hand-me-downs, but obviously sisters aren't going to hand me down their Game Boys, so I normally just nicked theirs and play Pokemon on them. But I remember looking up at the site. You know, in supermarkets, it's like a younger brother thing. But you know, in supermarkets they have these giant plastic signs with like a picture on it that's like, this is your aisle, or this is a big sale. This was like a giant picture of a Game Boy Advance in French with like the Nintendo logo on it. And I remember looking at it and being like, oh, I want that. And we walked up to a counter, and as my young brain comprehended it, I thought the man at the counter turned the sign into a working Game Boy box. I was so confused. Obviously, he must have just had boxes under the counter, but my brain couldn't comprehend how the sign turned into an actual Game Boy. It was really weird. But also, we got one of those little like lights on it, the little things, because it didn't have a backlight, so you could plug it into the top. That broke in like a week because I put it through the wash and I never had it ever again. But I remember I was asked to choose one game I really liked, and because I didn't know anything about video games that wasn't Pokemon, I was like, oh, I don't want to get another Pokemon. I've already played all of Blue. I should have gotten like Ruby, because Ruby existed at the time. But I was like, I know Harry Potter. I'll buy that. So I got Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the Game Boy Advance, and it was an atrocious game. It was really, really bad. It took me like 5 years to even get into the last level, and it was really bad. I really hated that game, but I played the shit out of it because it was mine. And ever since then, all I used my Game Boy Advance for was Game Boy Color games I nicked from my sisters. Which is why all of my knowledge of Pokemon is from the first one. And then later the second one, because GameStop, or Game Station, whatever it was called, they used to have a little display cabinet on the left as you walked in glass with loads of Game Boy games in them, and they were like 50p each. Looking back, we should have just bought all of them, because they're now all worth like 20 quid each. But like, I bought a copy of Pokemon Gold for 50p I found behind the sofa. Like, that doesn't sound like, 2007 or whatever. I don't know what does, but it was pretty wild. I played that for a bit.
2018 to be.
Yeah. But like, the fact that you could just go in and buy Game Boy cartridges for literally pennies, because no one thought they were worth anything. I think the actual story is I originally bought Pokemon Yellow, because I thought that was gold. And I got really confused because it was just Pokemon Red, and I didn't understand what the difference was. Obviously it's because Pokemon Yellow is like still a first-gen game. But I remember I asked my grandma, I was like, I'm really sad about this. Could you go and exchange it? And she went specifically all the way into the city and exchanged it for gold for me, and came back and was like, "Oh, here you go." And I was so chuffed. I was so happy. One of the nicest things she's done. Like, she went all the way out of her way for it. I was like, "Oh, you don't have to worry about it." I don't know how old I would have been. I would have been like 7, maybe. Quite young. That was a good thing, though. But yeah, there you go. That was France. That was my France story from when I was like 5. Got a Game Boy. I don't know if I ever owned any other Game Boy Advance games other than Harry Potter. Oh, I think I bought Rayman, whatever it's called, like Hoodlum's Revenge at some point from GameStop. And I must have owned some other games. Is that Outie guy cheating, do you reckon? No? Do you reckon they should kick him?
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Hey chat, a sign that turns into a console. Stop giving Nintendo ideas for new consoles after the Switch. Haha. You had the same in the US. You ended up with a terrible, terrible port of Mega Man and base Zero Mission in the NES version of Zelda. It was a good haul. I remember really wanting Minish Cap. I was like, I have to own this game, and I never got it. I ended up having to play it on like an emulator when I was like 13, and I still loved it, but I remember being like, this is the game for me. This will be it. I will have peaked. And the reason I wanted it was because I later got a GameCube when I was like 8 or 9. I was really happy about that. That was like the highlight of my whole life, was getting a GameCube with Wind Waker and like Pikmin. It had loads of games. Like Rayman 3, Hoodlum Havoc, classic. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, and they're not going to kick him.
Apparently not.
I guess they just want to win.
I don't think the people on the team are smart enough to realise.
Or like one person
I don't like the
says-
omnilabs. Oh,
One person says they want to.
I just say a peppercorn. There's peppercorn in my mouth?
Do you eat peppercorns?
No. Oh, it's really hot. What the hell? Why is there... Oh.
Maybe you're having a stroke.
No, I put a tiny bit of pepper on my pasta when I cook it. And it must have just been stuck in my teeth for like 2 hours. And now I just bit into it.
That's why you've got to smile and web like,
Oh,
on your
man.
camera. So then we can like check your teeth and be like, you've got something in your teeth, Woolen.
Oh. I don't think I got any games other than the Game Boy. I think I literally owned Harry Potter. Later, I must have owned some other games. I just can't think of them.
Did the game crash?
Yeah, the cheater just crashed the server. No, wait, I didn't want that. I want to abandon that. Hey, just queue up, just hit the main menu. I actually can't think of anything. I also really wanted Link to the Past, because it came with Minish Cap, I think. Or no, there was a port of it or something. But the game, the Wind Waker had 2 discs. It had Wind Waker on one disc and Ocarina of Time and a demo disc on it. And on the Ocarina of Time disc, as you turned it on, you could look at like game demos, and it showed you like Wario Land and stuff. But one of the adverts was for Minish Cap and Link to the Past, and I was like, I want these so much. And I never got them. Wind Waker's amazing though. Like, it's maybe my favourite game ever. Like, I would seriously just sit there all day for like years on end replaying it to 100% over and over and over again. I would have really enjoyed. I think later one of my sisters got Ruby, and she nicked my Game Boy Advance to like use it on a boat because I wasn't using it, so she went away for a week. And she came back, and I think it had Ruby in it, so I played through Ruby at that time and then gave her it back and kept my Game Boy. But Crash
Did you
Bandicoot
delete
one.
her save?
I asked her. She said like yeah, like she'd like play through the whole thing on a boat
What a
holiday.
weirdo.
I don't know. I don't know where she got it from. She might have nicked it from one of her like boyfriends at the time. They liked doing that. We owned a lot of games that weren't ours. Because I don't know. Apparently, women can just nick video games.
They can.
It's a pretty nice skill.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's like how my sister's boyfriend stole my copy of Super Smash Bros. Melee that I owned on the GameCube for the last like 15 years.
I've lost 2 hoodies to girls.
They like nicking hoodies. They do like nicking hoodies.
They were
Hoodies
nice
that are
hoodies as
slightly
well.
too big for them as well. In Python, do you
Mine
need
just
to...
fit.
No. I always buy really baggy hoodies though. I don't know. I've got like my...
I usually get, yeah, I'll
got my
usually get like
zip-ups.
baggy ones.
Yeah.
I'll get baggy ones and I'll get ones that fit, but like,
Well, the zip-up
they would
ones
fit
are
them
normal,
as well.
normal size, is because I want to wear this out and about. But inside, I just wear like a big old baggy hoodie. But they're always way too big for me. You're currently playing Link Between Worlds, first time on hero mode, and it's really frustrating. I bought it in game because it was on sale. It was used, and I played it for like 5 minutes, and I just stopped playing. I know it's supposed to be really good. I just didn't really hook me. I think it was just like, I think I'm too old for console games. Like my 3DS is the launch one. It's a tiny little screen. I started getting a headache after like half an hour or whatever. I just couldn't sit and stare at that 3DS screen for any longer.
My issues with 3DS is the buttons.
The buttons are also kind of small.
Using my hands and fingers, and I'm like, I just get tired.
Yeah, you get like fatigued from it.
I just get tired, and I'm like,
You was never much into consoles, so you've never played any Pokemon game, and Breath of the Wild was the only Zelda game you played. It is amazing. Like, Breath of the Wild is really good. I've enjoyed it a lot so far. Yes, all of you stay hydrated. Please answer your question. In Python, do you need to add multiple statements of declaring numerical values in one line? Or does else assume all prior conditions? What, sorry? Do you need to add multiple statements of declaring numerical values in one line? Or does else if assume all prior conditions? What do you mean, sorry? Can you reword that? Those seem like two different questions in my head. Like, when you're declaring stuff, you can just do int and then a bunch of words one after the other separated by commas. And then the second half of the question is asking about else ifs. That's an if loop. I feel like I'm missing
Do you need to
something.
add multiple statements declaring numerical values?
That's not like
one line.
People don't use the word numerical values. That's what's confusing me. My brain's...
Well, a number.
Ask again.
A 1, a
do you need
0.
to add multiple statements of declaring
2.
multiple statements of declaring numerical values on one line, or does else if assume all prior conditions? So you cannot use, say, int large equals to value and less than... Oh yeah, no, you can't do that. No. If you're using an if loop, you have to... If you've got an if loop, you have to... I don't know actually in Python if you literally have to. You do at least in Java. It's good practice to fully write out the statement. If your IDE says, yeah, it's fine, merge it, then merge it. But if your IDE doesn't, then it's better to have everything written out purposefully. If you're using, like, if this is not Python, but if you're using Java and you're using NetBeans, if you type out a whole loop, sometimes there'll be a way shorter way to write it, and NetBeans will be like, hey, do you know this? And you just press Control-Enter, and it makes your code like... But it's a good idea, just for the future, to be as discreet as you can, like that. Because they will make assumptions a lot of the time. Like, GameMaker assumes what variable you're using. So if you type in health equals 2, it will assume it's an integer. If you type in is dead equals true, it will assume it's a boolean. Other languages do that, kinda. In the sense that if you add stuff together, and it's too big for the data type, it will upgrade it to the other data type that fits it, but it's not a good idea to assume it'll do that, because it never really works the way you want it to do. It's normally like a last... What is an if loop? Is it not called an if? You mean an if statement? Okay. It's the wooliest for you. What else if? That's just a statement, yeah, you're right. You don't really loop them. All the values of prior if statements are assumed with else if. Yeah. If you've done if age larger than 18, else if age larger than 20, else if age larger than 21. No, what do you mean? It will do them... You're confusing me. My brain, I'm sorry. I never assume stuff. I always write everything out as discreetly as possible. If I'm doing an else if statement, I'll write out as much as I can in it as possible. I really don't want it to ever have to reach the else statement at the bottom. Like, the initial statement is, you know, intuitively taken into account. If it's past that part of the loop, it means by default that it hasn't been fulfilled. If it's past the if age equals 18 thing, then it means age won't be 18. Unless, like, your memory's broken halfway through the statement or something. But what do you think the most useful programming language is? I think it's nice to have a general understanding. Yeah, the one that's relevant to your job is the most important one, but if you want a general understanding, having a brief knowledge of C, C++, at least being able to read them so you can learn them at a later date.
If you can do C, and then if you can do Python, and if you can generally wiggle Python in, well, you can generally wiggle into Java from anything.
Java's,
as far as I'm aware,
really easy. If you learn off of anything, you can probably move in. Like, C# and Java are basically the same language. So if you can learn, if you learn C, C#, Python, and Java, you can pretty much do any language from there. And you only really have to learn maybe one or two of them really well. And at that point, you can just pick up the other language really, really quickly. That's what most people do with jobs, I think. Like if you go into a job and it says, hey, do you know Ruby? You'll be like, no, but I did Python for a bit and C for a bit, and they're all kind of old. I'm probably learning it in like a week. And then you turn up for the job and you're a master. Yeah, and then they ask you in the they ask you in the exam, hey, can you do any of it now? I'm like, no, but you know, I will learn it for the time of the job, or else you will have to pay me a bonus and do training.
Yeah.
If the Iblu assumes the rest of the line, you're at the point if Code Academy if they write out code and you fill it in. Oh, I didn't know Code Academy. That's actually really nice. I didn't know Code Academy had like interactive work you could do. I've only ever used it as basically Stack Overflow, but when Stack Overflow doesn't work, which is rare. But
you can learn from Code
an elif will only happen if the if isn't satisfied, so it takes the initial one into account. Yeah. If you have a huge line of if, else if, else if, else if, those else ifs will only come into account if the ones before aren't satisfied. So if age is equal to 30, it'll skip the age equals 18, it'll skip the age equals 20, and it will, you know, you go through the one that says age equals 30.
Is an else if like when Gollum says hobbitses? Is that one else if? It's just an elf, but you know, elf.
It's if you want to have multiple other if checks, and then at the end you'll have an else. You'll have an else at the end that's just a catch-all. Do you use Linux often? Not often. We used bits of it this year for our security. We were doing stuff in like Kali. We were using it for pen testing, but it's like a slightly dodgy Linux distro that allows you to kind of use hacking software. But we were using it for educational purposes, so it's fine. Don't tell the government. But yeah, they were kind of distributing us like not that any of us could use it, but they did tell us that we should consider maybe not downloading it if we don't have to. It's a bit grey. Like it's not illegal, but it's a bit grey. But other than that, we used...
That's a bit grey to the government.
Well, no, this is grey because you're not legally allowed to distribute any software that could be used for... It's the Computer Misuse Act. Yeah, you're not allowed to do anything that might lead to that. So even if it's like a... Even if you are a security professional, you work at like, you know, BAE for the military, you're not really allowed to own it, but you will, obviously. Like, you'll own it because it's your job. But it's like a
grey area though, because you could be using it.
They don't know what you're going to use it for.
But if you use it in like VMware, so you're running it in a not actually in running it in a virtual.
If you're sandboxing it, yes.
Yeah. So you could be running it there, and it's fine, but you cannot be.
You can't use it for personal use.
If you've got it, straight on your computer, then it's like, oh, this is.
People think it's really dodgy if you own. Yeah, people think it's really dodgy if you own a laptop with just Kali installed on it. If you for some reason are pulled apart by the police and they like take your laptop and they like forensically check for your computer and they say Kali on it, you'll just like probably be like a pretty big evidence against you, even if you only used it for uni like 8 years ago and you forgot to uninstall it. They'll be like, why does this guy own the Linux distro with like 800 pre-installed hacking things on it?
I just remember we had some dodgy software.
There's anything that's security related.
It was grey area stuff, but we just used it for debugging.
Yeah.
But we had to have it on a virtual machine and not on the actual server.
Yeah, these machines that we use at uni, they have a Windows machine and a Linux machine. Use a little button to switch between them. You never use the Windows one. I don't know why they were there. I guess they were there so you could log in on Windows if you wanted to check the uni site. But they were running. What's it called? There's a version of Linux we were using that's purposefully old and outdated and really insecure. It's got like it's like one of those programmer humor anagrams for the name. Like it's really fucking insecure or something. I don't know what it's actually called, but there's something like that. We were using that as well because it's really broken. You could do like really easily do like a little packet sniff. Be like, what's up with that? It's like, oh yeah, here's all my data. There you go. I don't like how Hermie can name the director. It makes me very sad.
Everyone can name the director except you.
I cannot name the director. Oh, Milkshake, it's me, your friend.
No, stop.
It makes me sad.
Oh, it's a friend.
Oh.
Oh. It's just your arm left.
That's not my arm.
It's your arm.
It's the spy's arm. It's the blue spy's arm as well, which is slightly worse.
I think it's your arm.
It's his team colours. You're learning Python right now is an excellent idea. That is 100% a good idea. If you, by the end of the summer, feel like you're confident enough to just open up, like, PyCharm and just start nattering away and make some basic programs from memory, it's set. Like you've learned languages at that point, and you know you can develop you should develop your knowledge further if you really need to. But at that point, you can spread out and do other stuff as much as you want. It's like the hardest part of programming is the conceptual phase when you're working out what a variable is, what a function is, what a method is. Why is there a difference between a function and a method? They sound like the same. What's a class? What's a functional language? Is it functional? You see, these are the things I should not ask, but like, you know, is it interpreted or is it compiled, I guess is the real word. What do all these things mean? What is memory? Isn't that a hard drive? It's not? What do you mean? What do you mean the CPU Northbridge?
Hard drive.
What do you mean the Northbridge interacts with this, puts like the little CPU in the memories and a little interaction happens through that? It means that hardware, unless it's plugged in through the Firewire port, which is horrendously insecure, and that's why they don't use it anymore. That like plugs straight in the old CPU though. I'm actually just, because I've got my exam tomorrow, I'm going to like randomly spout out things, so maybe, hopefully remember them. I don't think we need to remember it, but there will be a question on system architecture. I think I'm loosely remembering. The CPU is kind of, the little shape they had, the diagram was like this. It has the CPU on the left. It had the Northbridge, which is used to be called, or like the memory unit or something. Just like Northbridge. That connects to the memory, like the RAM. And then that also connects to the Southbridge, which probably has another name. Maybe like, I don't actually remember what it's called. It begins with S maybe, but that connects to all the input-output stuff. So that includes the rest of the motherboard, like what's it called? The thing on your computer that you plug the graphics card into.
PCI?
PCI, yeah. That includes the PCI, USB ports, other input-output ports. And there's a table in there. Don't remember what it's called. Memory table, maybe? And you want to have that secure. Otherwise, you're fucked. Oh yeah, if you want to do virtual memory, it's when your computer essentially pretends that you have more memory than you do by using the hard drive as a RAM, kinda. And it does that by like memory addressing using this table. So it says, hey, this is more RAM, look at this table. Doesn't matter like where the RAM physically is. This is technically storage you can use, and the table is like, this is exactly where it is, regardless of the hardware. And you could fuck around with that, I guess. You could like plug a USB in and fuck around with the table and make the computer pull memory off a USB, maybe. Okay, that's good. It's good that I can remember that. You admit to hacking? No, I've never managed to successfully do it. They were like, in our like week work, they'd be like, oh, boot up Kali and perform a pen test on this fake server we set up. And they'd be like, alright. And it'll be there for like half an hour doing step-by-steps on these like sheets. I get like really bored and leave. I don't need to, like last year they actually had to do a pen test. We don't have to do that, I just have to know the processes, which are like, you have to do, it's when you like find information. What's the official word for it? I have my post-it notes around my computer I can check. Kill me, medic. Let's have a look.
Someone in the server
reconnaissance. Woolen, when you're in the shower, does your hair get wet? Yes, of course, my friend. So
That's
do my
question.
clothes. As I fully clothe, shower.
On.
There you go. That will confuse him. Yes, you do reconnaissance. You check to see what. Oh, is that a lag bot or just the server being bad? Do reconnaissance to see what range of IPs you want to check, and you want to set your net as wide as possible. Okay, sure. Guess we're friends. You do scanning on those, across those IPs to look for open ports and services that may be vulnerable. Then you do an attack. So you're trying to gain root access. And you do that on the open ports and the vulnerable services. And there's Google things that you can see are what like common vulnerable services. Like is the paint, no, not the, it's like the printer protocol maybe is a little broken. I don't know. I'd like to know that. Then you do, because that's not permanent. That's like a temporary attack. You set up a back door. I think it's called maintaining access. So you set one of those up. Then you do reporting. So you write like a big report about everything you've done. Bang. Pen test. There you go. Revisions paid off. You've got a computer, not the best. You've got an RX 48, not the best. RX 480 is
I
really...
think it's a humble brag.
That's like pretty solid, my dude.
It's a humble brag.
£1 million you spend on it. I mean, that's not much, but like... You can probably play Minecraft with shaders with like a £2,000 computer, you reckon?
It's like, he says he's got 512 gig of SSD storage. Like, yeah, okay.
I mean...
It's not the best. I make do,
went to biology in secondary school. They said you want to make sure you get yourself checked for SSDs as often as possible. If he's got 512 of them, you've got a... You're like a crawling rat nest.
I don't think you listened in biology.
I just remember in biology we had like 1 month sex ed and it was the most awkward thing in the world because our teacher...
Why in biology?
I don't know. Maybe it was because that was the teacher that wanted to do it.
Biology too, I think.
But the lady who was doing it
is that not so
was not... Like she was young. She was one of the young and hip teachers.
We didn't have to.
So it was really weird because she was like, "Do all of you know what penis is?" And it's like, "Yep." You want to know what the inside of a penis looks like? It's not like not really. It's like, "Oh, these are the testes." It's like, "That's great. Thanks, biology teacher, teaching us for like 2 years." And that when the month was over, like teaching was never the same. Like she'd be like, "Oh, you know, this is the mitochondria." And we'd be like, that woman spent like a month like showing us like diagrams of the labia.
Do you know what
I'm wondering, why do you teach... Is it important to know what the inner workings of the bits and bobs...
Like, blueprint
do you
need together. It's like
do you need to teach... I understand teaching children that you don't want to have, like... You don't want to go into like the red light district and just flap your stuff around, but like...
Why not?
You don't need to know what like... You don't need to know what, like, the different sizes of the prostate are, you know?
Yes, you do.
It's nice to know that you have one, but you don't need to...
You can see what can go in there.
Stop.
So if you don't know the different sizes,
you don't...
how do you know what objects to put in there?
Well, they were also like, oh, you know, this is what it looks like if you get herpes, and everyone would look at the person in the room covered in spots, and they'd be like...
You got herpes
person's
now?
Probably got herpes, yeah. Or they'd be like, this is what it looks like when you have, cold sore. Or this is what it looks like when you've got, what's the one that makes you pee blood milkshake?
Chlamydia?
There's multiple.
Chlamydia. Well, it's one of the really common ones.
You've got others.
There's all the ones that apparently everyone has because they never get them checked and they don't have symptoms for them. So they have it, but it's not a bad thing for them, but it's a bad thing for everyone else. Is that chlamydia?
Chlamydia.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny, but it's really weird. Yeah, for men it doesn't matter much. It makes you a bit uncomfortable, but yeah. It's one of those things where it's really your duty to make sure that you're not like spreading horrific disease around using your bits. What programming languages do you know? Depends what you mean by know. If you mean the actual definition, none of them. I'm crap at them. If you mean by the ones I'm fine at, like Python, Java, C#, I'm okay at C++ and C. I passed the exams on them. English I'm crap at.
Don't say that.
I have a very base level knowledge of anything web, mostly HTML, but a very base knowledge of that, like purely what you know from like GCSEs.
The thing with HTML is that you can learn it within an hour.
Yeah. Like I will have learned it. I will have knew more at one point, but I could make a basic site now with like the head tags and the body and the all that crap.
HTML, how I deal with using Excel is I never remember it because
you just Google it every time.
You pick it up so quickly. You Google it and then you learn it for when you need it. But I never actually keep it in, my head because
you don't really need to remember it.
I don't have the time or the
Or you use
space
like
for
Dreamweaver and it makes the website for you. Does Dreamweaver still exist?
I assume so.
Well, like Fireworks doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it does.
No, they've stopped making it. Like you can still own it, but it's just Photoshop now. You don't own Fireworks.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It makes me really sad because I really like Fireworks.
Fireworks. So it's like
that was
Photoshop.
GCSE ICT. It was just making logos and fireworks.
Yeah.
Oh, today we're going to be doing like shoemaking company Clorks. It's like Clocks, but like copyright free.
So for us, it was like you have like 1 year. 1 year you do websites. The next year you do Excel, and each year would like alternate. And I just forget the previous one every time we come around back to it. I'm like, Excel? I have no idea.
I remember,
Oh, shit, now go
I don't know
ahead,
if your
yeah.
school did this, but anytime we were doing Excel, they always tried to reference current kids' culture. And one year we were doing stuff that was like Harry Potter, but slightly wrong. So it was like Barry Plopper, and like, and like Slytherin, and like Hufflepuff. And we were doing like conditional formatting of like Harry Pooper and his funky jeans or whatever. They're like slightly rerouting of copywriting was always my favourite thing. Everything was just slightly dodgy.
My school wasn't that cool.
Was it not?
So,
My younger brother's doing programming.
yeah, they learn it.
He's
now.
like 11. That he's just doing Python.
Programming. Yep.
Just we like had a.
Did you not do that?
We had a maths teacher try to teach us HTML for a year and then gave up because she was not qualified for it and did not enjoy it. And the kids kind of tore her apart a bit because we were like 11 and we were like, come on, like we googled this earlier.
I know they were doing it at GCSE at least.
This was when I was in secondary school. We did my secondary school ICT, which I got an A star in. We did like just a bunch of media, like image making and a tiny bit of HTML, and that was it, really. Like I did it in like I think most of us did it in like 2 weeks. There were the girls that just sat in their clique of like 4 talks all year that never got it done, and the teacher gave them like infinite extended deadlines. But everyone else just finished it and ended up spending the whole year playing Flash games. It was really fun. But like
Flash games. Did you not have the copy of
Quake
Halo
or something?
going around?
No, we had.
Well, we had Halo going around. That was brilliant.
We did have a game installed, but I don't remember what it was. But there was another point where everyone would play this online Flash version of Halo that wasn't really Halo. There was Raze, which was a 2D version, and it was amazing. Like really, really well made Flash game, like amazing pixel art and everything. But there was a 3D kind of Halo rip-off clone, basically, that you could play in the browsers on the school computers, and everyone in the room would play it on a LAN, and it was really good. Like, that was school.
We just had Halo. It was on a USB, and we'd just stick it up onto the network.
Oh, yeah?
It would get removed.
Yeah, but you had it on USB, so you just put it back on again.
We'd have a USB, yeah, so we would just put it back on.
You know what we did have? Someone installed Visual Boy Advance, the like 2003 build, and put like Pokemon on it. So like everyone had like everyone's constantly either playing Pokemon.
That's what I had on my USB.
One of these Flash games. But there was also another Flash game everyone played, and I've never been able to find it since. It was like a 3D, really solidly built web browser racing game. It was like built in space. Like you were in like these tracks in the middle of the sky, like driving around, and everything ran on the school computers really well. But the game was amazing, and everyone would go back every day to play it again at like break time. But there was one, I've told this story before, but I'll say it briefly, but there was a point where in one of our ICT they were trying to teach us Scratch. And at the time I'd been doing like Game Maker for like 4 years, so I'd already understood programming at the kind of level that you would at that point. So I was kind of annoyed that she was trying to teach us this super basic MS Paint thing, and it really annoyed me, because I was a child, and I spent the whole year learning ActionScript. I've told the stories before, so I'm not going to go more than that, but it was basically just like... The teacher, I remember the reason that I did that, the thing that tipped me over the edge was that she spent like a whole half-hour lesson painstakingly in Photoshop removing the white from an image using the eraser tool, not like the magic wand tool, just to save it as a JPEG without transparency and put it into a Word document with a white background. And I just remember being like, this hurt me to my core. I can't accept this. Unfortunately, because it was like secondary school, they didn't mark you for anything, it was just education. So it didn't matter that I was doing something completely different. She was like, oh, it's fine, just do that. It was really weird whenever we got a substitute teacher in, because they'd be like, oh, you're doing your work. Your work looks different. It's like, oh, you know, just doing this instead. You're playing OC right now. People in your class have installed Fortnite. Does Fortnite just work?
You play it on your mobile now.
Yeah, A, is there a mobile, and I'm sure everyone has like a mobile these days. But also B, does Fortnite work on your school computers? Because if it does, that's amazing.
Yeah, well, it would work because they won't block the port, but I would say they'd remove it.
Yeah.
It'd take up a lot
You
of
had
space,
CS
surely.
and HL going around. I would have loved Counter-Strike. That would have been so good. College, a bunch of people installed OSU on pretty much every machine. I remember seeing once in college someone in the library on their laptop playing OSU, thinking, wow, they're playing such a difficult map. And they'd reach the end of the map with a D, and I'd be like, oh well, they just pulled it in with a close shave. Thinking back, they just played every map with no fail. That they were clearly like new to the game, and they were just playing really difficult maps. But at the time, I was like, wow, that man must be really good. He really wasn't. He was really not very good at all. Osu will run on like a shoe though, if you really wanted to. If you just bring like a tablet with you, it's like this big. You can play it anywhere. The school's info lessons, you had programming, which was really silly. HTML. Next year, it's going to be doing stop motion and video editing with Lego. That sounds really cool. That sounds really cool. I used to love stop motion. That's what YouTube used to be, was like stop motion animation.
It was, yeah.
I used to love those videos so much. I had a flip phone when I was like, what, 13? And on the flip phone's like 1p camera, I recorded loads of these like little things. I did like a morph rip-off, because I remember one Christmas I got a morph kit. I don't know if that's just an England thing, but it was a plasticine character on Smart. He was like brown.
What happened to Morph? Where's he gone?
I don't know. But
there was like,
I did one of those.
And then there was the other one. Who was the evil one? Dick.
Blorf. Oh, Bick. Dick.
It's a Bick, yeah, no, something like that.
It was named after like the pen. Like the Bic pen. But
yeah.
I did some of those, and I remember also being really into South Park at the time. And I made my own pseudo South Park by drawing like loads and loads and loads of pieces of paper and cutting them all out and like, you know, adjusting them a bit at a time, taking a picture, adjusting a bit at a time. It was really cool. I think one of the stop motions I did, I used that like Ninja Tune default Windows 7 music for. So whenever I hear it, I'm like, that's the stop motion music. That's what that is. The Drunk As I Like soundtrack. It's from one of the Toho fighting games. I will have. It's like Suika's song. It sounds like a Suika. We can pull it up if you really want. What if your dog is afraid of the void? What have I missed, Vind? Hello, you're back. Oh. Why are my animations so broken? What's wrong with them? You're incapable of playing Osu in 60 Hz. Well, yeah, but like, if you're in the middle of nowhere, would you rather play Osu in 60 Hz or play the Wikipedia? I'd rather play the Wikipedia game, to be honest. That's pretty fun. And GeoGuessr. GeoGuessr was everywhere. That's why I find it really fun when we play it together. It gives me like memories of playing GeoGuessr but being really bad at it. And now I'm older and I slightly better understand geography. I know there's an actual like technique to it, and you don't just kind of guess London every time.
Unless
guess India.
And you guess like India in the middle of nowhere. Now it's like, oh, these trees look kind of north. They're probably kind of north. Oh, these are American roads. There's red houses. We're in Denmark. He's not. He's really bad.
No idea where anything is.
He's guessed. Remember that time he like guessed it really right?
And he was just right all the time.
I think you're incorrect. Raybomb's never been right.
I think he won like a couple of times, didn't he?
Cake won most of them. I won like the first couple, and then everyone learned the game, and I lost all of them at that point.
That's really unfortunate.
It made me sad because I thought I was really good at. I thought I was really good at some point. Well, I think I knew like a bunch of techniques, like if it's red houses, it's in Denmark, that kind of thing. And then eventually I taught, like everyone just learned them, or they picked up their own techniques. And within like 3 streams, Cake was already doing way better than me on all of them. It's Suika's pre-fight theme. Ah. The Jaratius stretch and the milk was weird too. What's wrong with my milk? I'm not even winded, he says. Like, see?
Don't talk about Woolen's milk. We had the lactation stream yesterday.
Oh god, we did as well. Don't remind me.
The lactation stream. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what we call it now?
You can't get the bonus.
That's what it was.
Do you still have them all, Woolen? What is it, Christine? Hello. What have I missed? Do I still have them? Oh, what, the animations? I want to say no, but they were probably stored on that old Dell. I say that old Dell, like you know what I mean. My mum went back into uni when she was like 45, and she gave me that laptop when I was like 8, and that's what I learned Game Maker on, because it was the only thing that would run on it. I tried running Blender on it to try and learn how to do that. No, I just gave up and went to Game Maker, but it would have been on that computer. That like really old, at the time it was already 10 years old when I got it. It'll be on there somewhere, if it even starts up, which it might. It ran Windows XP, that'll tell you like when I had it, or the age of it at the time. Because when I was 8 it was like, you know, mid-2000s. So Windows was already out in full force. Thanks, Pyro.
What do you mean out in full force?
Out in full force? Oh, as in, like, Windows 7 came out. I remember that in my primary school IT lab, the teacher had the demo for Windows 7 set up with the 3D chess game on it. And I was like, wow, this game looks so cool. Look at the glassy windows and stuff. It's so cool. Windows 7's older than I give it credit for, but it was amazing. It was a wonderful operating system.
I really like Windows 10.
I've gotten used to it. I don't love it, but I've disabled everything about it that I can, so it's almost like Windows 7. It's decent. Like, I think it's
so fast.
The fact that I have an SSD is more important than the operating system at this point. Like,
nope.
I just don't like
So
that I had
faster.
to go through so many loopholes just to get my stuff to work. Like, there were small things that you won't worry about, Tomu. For example, Windows 10 changed how they, or Windows 8 specifically, changed how they use tablet input for pens. So, in Windows 7, you could just plug your graphics
You just
pen in,
assume
and it would just work.
Input method.
No, but it would just work, and there was nothing else. Like, that was it. It was just the hardware, and that was it. Windows 10 added on a bunch of inverted commas features, inverted commas, that were to do with, like, calligraphy and stuff. So, for example, if you touch the pen to the board, it will pause for a bit, which is awful for OC. If you imagine touching the screen and your cursor just pauses. They'll do stuff like, it will pull up a little, like, grindy window. They added on loads of input lag, so they can do a bunch of smoothing on it, like built-in hardware smoothing. They basically just added on a bunch of stuff that we don't need. That's just one of the things that, like, you don't really think about with Windows 10 to 7. They added on a bunch of stuff that on the top end to someone sitting in Starbucks writing up their novel won't care about. The fact that the window is a slightly glassier look is all that seems to be the difference. But if you do anything technical for a really long time, with 7 to 10, there were some differences that were just annoying. Also the fact that, like, for the first month, CSGO crashed every 5 minutes on it. It, like, didn't understand RAM. None of my programs worked on it, and I had to install new versions, which actually annoyed me, because the old versions always worked really well, and they had better features for me, less clutter that I didn't use. This map, it's okay, I just don't like that it takes 8 years to finish it. It's really weird, but I like that it's unique, at least. Like, it's not like another TF2 map, really, it's just maybe a bit like Gorge in the way it's played, but nothing more different than that. Oh, hello. Linux would be miles better if only the game dev supported it. Yeah, I'm wondering, because I'm fairly certain all of the cheater bots in TF2 are Linux. Like, I'm 98% certain they're all Linux. I'm wondering if the TF2 devs will just ditch the, like, 1% Linux player base and just remove TF2 from the Linux store. Because that would solve, almost all the cheating issues overnight. It would annoy maybe, like, 5,000 people.
That would ever happen.
I don't think they do it. But it's also a free-to-play game, so I don't also Windows 10 is free to install, and if you don't mind not being able to change your background, you can have Windows 10 on your computer for personal use.
Think about Valve's interests and investment into Linux, though.
Yeah, like they really want Linux to be a thing.
It's not going to happen.
So I don't think it's going to happen. But I also don't trust the TF2 devs at this point with like lazy, quick fixes to cheater issues.
It's dead.
Game's not dead, it's still like the 5th most played game on Steam. We're in a full server.
On Steam, yeah, but that doesn't include, like, Fortnite numbers, so...
Well, no, but also remember that video
really
games have become, like, casual with kids and everything. Like, it used to be that everyone, all these, like, you know, how many was Fortnite, like 12 million concurrents? They'd all be playing, like, Halo on their Xbox. Now they're playing Fortnite on their PC. These people existed, they just weren't playing PC games.
They're playing Fortnite on their consoles.
Yeah, what was the player base of, like, Halo, COD? Like, everyone I knew when I was younger had COD. I didn't, because I had a mum who didn't like video games.
But currently, TF2 is...
TF2's, but, like, it's had a really stable player base. It's gone up by, like, 9,000.
It's at 9th most played game.
Where's, like, CS Source and 1.6? Like, I know they were overtaken by Go, but, like... TF2's technically been overtaken by other
Manager,
ones.
Warframe, Rocket League,
here's
Rainbow Six Siege, CSGO, Dota 2.
Is Terraria still up there? Or is that mostly after an update, Terraria goes way up?
Yeah.
I really like that. It makes me so happy that Terraria, after every update, becomes, like, the 3rd most played game on Steam for, like, 8 million months. But, like, the thing with TF2 is it's not... I doubt it's going to die anytime soon, unless someone literally just makes a better TF2. And people play it, and it's free.
But there's no reason for that to do anything to it.
Well, yeah, the game just works. It's already got a player base, it already makes money. All they have to do is occasionally add hats, and it works. So there's no point in them seemingly going, like, it doesn't matter, like, the TF2 Linux player base probably doesn't matter to them. The fact that, like, they'd, in the news, be removing some compatibility with Linux would be more important to them than actually the thing itself. Like the bad publicity of them. Oh, they're going back on their words. They hate Linux. None of those people like play TF2 or care, but I don't know. Be nice if they could maybe
putting any effort into updating TF2.
They could maybe make it harder to install like older versions of the source engine. But I don't know if the damage has already been done at this point, you know? Because everything, I'm pretty sure everything in all the cheats in Tier 2 are based off like an older branch of the game you can just get. And the source development kit. You can just look in the source development kit, look for security flaws that haven't been patched yet, and just see if they work in TF2. I think they've all been patched at this point, all the known ones. There's like really obscure ones that no one's ever going to check. Like, oh, what if I put a spray with this really specific... Like a JPEG spray and the comment on the JPEG has some arbitrary code in it. What if that, like, I don't know, like the game loads it in and, you know, security flaw? No one's going to really check that. So there's some stuff that people don't know. Hello, Caps Lock. But like, I don't know. Good night, Nooper. I'm going for 1.5 hours. Alright, well give us like, we've got like another half an hour in this stream. I want to go to bed somewhat early again, because I've got my final exam tomorrow. Hopefully it will go well. Still got my revision. Like, Tomu, you know about forensic discovery on computer systems? You know what they involve? What? So you got system capture, system verification, file recovery, file analysis, timeline, and verification of hypothesis. Eh? So, you know, someone will be like, hey, this computer here was used by like a drug lord, what are you going to do to it? Be like, okay, you know what you'll do? Immediately at the scene, I'll do some incident response, yeah? I'll use a live CD like Backtrack and boot the computer up on that. And then I'll do a little cheeky system capture and see what I can do there. And then later, if you want to do like forensic report on like a laptop you found, you can do system capture. So you can use software like in something. What's it called? Encage? Enclose? Something like that? Encase. You can use a program like Encase. Maybe it's not Encase. But you can use a program to capture the entire file system. And they can do a little analysis on that and be like, hey, you know, this teacher owns funkycheats.com. What's up with that? Oh, whatever.
Joke's on you.
Yeah?
I missed a robot, and anytime I do anything incriminating, I take apart all of my computer and use a magnet on all of it.
Oh, well, you see, Tomu, that in itself is incriminating.
Not really.
Well, it's not incriminating, but it's suspicious, so they'll go through and check your other house. Because there's also a thing called wet forensics, Tomu, my friend.
Wet forensics?
Wet forensics is what it's called, and that's anything biological. So, for example, you might have wiped your hard disk and everything, but did you leave, at any point in your entire existence, did you ever leave a single strand of DNA on that entire computer at any point? Because they'll probably find it.
As long as it's not got any evidence.
No, because they can check for tampering. They can be like, you can always put, unless you shove a pin through it and you shove it through, what are they called, like degaussers? You go through this whole expensive process. There'll always be something they can do to it.
It's not evidence that would get you any jail time.
No, that's why they try to get you before you have a chance to do that.
Yeah.
And chances are, if you are, like, that means you've covered up your tracks well, but maybe you've made a mistake somewhere else that computer forensics can't deal with. So this is just crime scene investigation at this point. You know, have you have you been using a VPN? Does the VPN you've been using have logs of you? Were you using a free VPN because you're an idiot? Does that free VPN have a huge log of all your system? Were you using Tunnel there? Do they keep logs? They say they don't. Do they keep logs for the police though? You know.
Wouldn't you be using
the Tor forensics?
Or
the Tor browser's not...
You'd be using your own private one that you've coded.
Yeah, you'll have to have made your own one, built scratch in punch cards. But like, Tor isn't safe. It's a middleman, but it's not...
Yeah.
Like, it's basically cracked at this point.
It's got the NSA in it.
Yeah, like the NSA... And all the... maybe the NSA, maybe MI5.
You can go down their tunnels.
They have some of the old... some little honeypots thrown around there, some little cheeky... Some little nodes. Tor works with, like, it routes you through, like, a bunch of other computers before it takes you to the destination, right? Like, that's kind of how it works. Like, it's not actually you connecting, it's you connecting through 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 you connecting.
You're connecting into a thingamawhatsit, which is, it's like a VPN. You're connecting into a hub.
You tend to use a VPN and Tor,
that hub
don't
is
you?
connecting out. and that hub's going down different tunnels and nodes.
And it's an
into
issue
different
when
places.
like police networks get a hold of the nodes, and then like they don't change it. They let them run in the background, and then for like a year they collect data on what everyone's doing, and then they use that as prosecution. I think that happened. It was in like Iran. I think it was Iran. They stormed a data center that was like a Tor node. It was a bunch of Tor nodes. I don't know what they were doing. I think it was just Tor nodes in general. But they just stormed it and stole it. They just took it over, shoved a bunch of monitoring software on all the computers and just let it run forever. And picked up an incredible amount of information. It was pretty interesting.
It's Discord.
Your grandma in Siberia hopes your VPN. Come at me, FBI. Enjoy the stream. Good night, man. Talking about Toho. We're not talking about Toho. What's this Toho? Toho browser? Do you like to route yourself through...
My Toho browser.
I love browsing my Tohos. Oh, what's that? That's a Chirano. Oof. A Siberian Chirano. Siberia, that's like Alaska. Woohoo. Is Siberia and Alaska aren't that far away, are they, at the end of the day? Because you look at the map, it's left to right, but it's actually like, it loops around, so I bet they're actually closer than you think, aren't they? Because didn't like grizzly polar bears and Steve, the panda, didn't they used to cross over like an ice bridge that used to exist between Alaska and Russia? And then that melted because Elon Musk launched one rocket into space.
But there are places in the Arctic Circle. There's been a documentary by the one and only Sir David Attenborough.
I love David Attenborough.
Talking about like the weird animals that exist and stuff, or like the weird things that go on.
The David
Attenborough.
Attenborough.
Talking about the crossbreeding of polar bears and grizzlies.
Yeah.
And that does happen today.
Yeah. We go from coding to hacking to Toho. Sounds like Woolen in a nutshell. Yeah, when there's no cake here, we stop talking about like really gay things and start talking about really nerdy computer things. And banana. What about sausage?
Yeah. I don't care about sausage.
Sausage. There you go.
Where's
What
sausage
about
again?
Peebles?
Peebles! Tomu! Peebles.
What?
Peebles.
I don't know what
Tomu.
Peebles is.
Oh, were you not around?
Peebles is a little village up north we found in GeoGuessr. It was called
So nice.
Peebles, Tomu.
Not Pebbles.
It was
Oh, I think I
Peebles.
remember, yeah.
What about sausage lactation? Stop.
What? No.
Yeah, what about sausage?
I'm gonna need a
Don't combine
vocal
those two.
VPN to make sure that dirt doesn't look like it's coming out of my mouth. I'll use these post-it notes. That'll be fun. Something really satisfying about having your whole monitor surrounded by post-it notes, though. Like, I could just be like, oh, hey, look.
What is it? You could just put them in your mouth.
I mean, I could. Like, give me a sec.
You
I'm
just
gonna
do
be
that
like
for the
one of
rest the
those.
stream.
I'm gonna be like one of those sniper avatars where it's like a crying person, but they've drawn a smiley face on a piece of paper and put it on top of their mouth. I'm okay. It's like around a corner, but it's like people meme it into saying like.
Can you roleplay as the
I can
Demoman
do-
with
I
the
can do
Demoman eye sticky note patch thing?
I own a beard, so it doesn't stick to my face. It just tore. Let me try that again.
It
What are
should
you
stick to your
doing?
beard.
I'm trying to draw a smiley face on a piece of paper to show my suffering. But I have facial hair, so it just doesn't stick.
Get some sellotape.
You think I own sellotape?
Yes. Get some super glue.
It's the shittest thing I've ever made in my life.
That's a good idea. Super glue.
I'll hold it up to my hand like this and play like one hand. Oh, hello.
There's nothing wrong with having super glue just under your
Waste of a
nose.
bloody post-it note. We've got Haagen-Dazs
There
for
really
cheap.
isn't.
My favourite ice cream right now is maybe Ben & Jerry's, the brownie one. It's really good.
Fudge brownie.
I've never eaten a whole ice cream thing myself.
What?
I
Have you never been?
I
to
always
France?
eat it too
How do you do
fast,
that?
and I get brain freeze really quickly.
Your brain is frozen most of the time anyway, Woolen.
It's
So
actually a
You should be
stack
normal.
overflow. Thank you. Oh, Sayori. Thank you for all the eyes. Okay. Thanks for the like 4 different ways to wear eyes on my demo, man. I'm actually gonna go onto scrap.tf and set those through now. You just send me like a bunch of eyes. That's Tommy, I'm worried.
How many eyes do you have for
It's a zoomed in picture of the demo man's eye on about 4 different things.
You do that.
All of you are gonna hear the scrap.tf sound effects, so I apologize if any of you are like, if you were gonna like check your phone for a trade offer in like 10 seconds. You just gotta remember that It's Woolen's stream. It's like when you're listening to a stream and it has like a dead ringer sound go off in your game, and you don't know if it's the stream or the game, and you're like, oh, you turn around and get scared anyway. Just like
with the stream online, like open.
Like, have you ever listened to a TF2 stream while playing TF2? And any sound effect happens ever?
I need my FPS, Woolen.
Your frames per second. Your frames peebles second.
How many frames per second do you have?
None.
Haha.
That's really unfortunate.
Math error cannot divide by 0. Okay, we'll just let that go on. You recommend Ben & Jerry's turtle soup? Excuse me?
What?
You're eating out of an urban bourbon one right now. Oh. Is that comp? This is a Valve pub. Tomu's here. Hey, Tomu.
Hi, Timothy.
Tomu, can you give us a step-by-step about what's happening here? I'll just let that little pop-up window work for just a second.
What? What have I done?
Is Steam community down? Question mark. Tomu, can you load Steam?
I'm
Oh yeah,
Steam's
Steam's
right now.
open.
He's going, does unblocking motherfucker mean I can spam it as much as I want?
Is he playing
yes.
Overwatch against Funky
goes-
Shield Lady?
But then I said,
She has a
You're
shield.
what?
You do damage to her, but it doesn't
I
actually
think
help.
he's-
Milkshake, you're
he's
godlike.
just sitting and he's watching you, Woolen.
Gonna die now.
Oh,
He's watching you, Woolen. So,
Unfortunate.
Daniel's watching
wants to know
me.
if he, oh, Chris.
Hey,
Not
okay.
this Chris.
Captain
Chris.
Chris.
Yeah,
Captain Chris. Hey, Chris.
male Chris.
Male Chris. Which one?
There's like 15 million Chris's.
That might even be an under-exaggeration. I'm not sure. How do you search for eyes in your backpack?
What do you
You
mean?
look for them. with
I
your
don't-
eyes.
They go on your face.
I did just accept them, didn't I?
Why not type it in the search?
I don't know what they're called. I think it's like page 11. Did I not just accept them and have them shoot through, my dude?
What?
Sorry? Did it? Maybe it didn't work. Okay, well, I'll sort that issue out in the future.
Scuff
Putting a
stream.
post-it of your mouth would be a rather amusing way of censoring yourself if you said a swears. Yeah, if you put one post-it over your mouth, it makes you you can say whatever you want. You can say Freddo prices aren't actually that meaningless. You know, it's the price of inflation really happening, and no one can say anything about it. Good night, Exodia. Maybe who are all these people? Some people are unable to type in Twitch chat. They might have been caught out yesterday. That's not very helpful. We banned like 40 people yesterday from a bot thing. Hey, Chris! Hello! The items are a flare, photo badge, snapped pupil, and a conscientious objector. Snap. No, let me check scrap.tf again. Let me have a little look. Your site inventory. I accepted them. I accepted the trade offer. Where did they go?
Into my backpack, thanks, Woolen.
Oh shit. Is Tomu taking them?
Got him.
There was an error. Oh, your inventory is not available. Maybe it's just yeah, incoming offers accepted. Scrap.tf offered photo badge. That's quite strange. So I own them, but not really. Like I accepted the trade offer for them to go into my backpack, but they're not in my backpack. Maybe the backpack. Are the item servers down? No, I'm up. Ooh. Tomu, Sossig.
I don't get this meme.
Sossig.
It's just a sausage.
Sossig, Woolen.
I just don't get it.
It's really unfortunate.
Tomu, do you like my... Oh! Nice Chirano sign. Oh, it's Spindle. Is that the Vsauce music there? No, it's not the sound of nitrogen. It is... Toho. Always Toho. I actually didn't know that non-Toho music existed, to be honest. I've recently discovered that there's this band called Chimblish Bombino. He's very popular with the kids. He likes holding guns up to people that are in chairs and saying something. I actually don't know what he says. I've only ever seen the memes, really. Milkshake, no. How did you pull a machina out of your bum?
That's not me.
It's a hatless soldier.
I'm Boy Scout.
Oh, Chris.
How much do I need to donate to become best friends forever?
Chris, you've done it. You've donated exactly over £1. You've done it. We're best friends, my friend. Thank you. How's it going, my dear friend, Chris? If you have the time, you're more than welcome to join the Mumble. I don't know if you own Discord. Oh, that was a good headshot. I don't know if you own Discord. It's what us young'uns use for voice activation these days. I'm actually in Mumble, but in Discord is the connect info for our Mumble. You're welcome to come in, and like TK isn't here, so we don't have any other old timers, but you know, I can pull up like the Dave magazine and we can have a bit of a chat about the football scores and about how Arsenal always just kind of rolls it in. Or did you see that ludicrous display last night? Other such thing that men discuss? It's an IT crowd. A Zelda sound. Oh, it's a spy. That was an awful sticky trout. Mumble is great. I thought D-Gamefather was Game Freak for a second. I was like, oh, wow. You could say kebab, whatever the situation is, she would explode into laughter. Maybe she was frequently tickled with kebabs as a child and it just brought back bad memories for her. You could tickle someone with a kebab. It would hurt a bit.
You can tickle somebody with anything.
Can I tickle you with my feelings, Cake?
I'm not
Cake though.
I miss Cake so much, Tommy. When will he get here?
Never.
Cake hasn't been here all
I
night.
miss Cake, Tommy. What happened to
I'm
Cake?
not Cake.
Why did you
I'm
have to
not
leave me, Cake?
I don't know.
Why did you have to leave me to Stardew Valley, Cake? Ooh, I'm back. That was quick. Hello. So I guess the Steam inventory is broken.
What else is broken? My mind.
Lots of things. Oh.
Or maybe it will just show up later. Tickling cloacas with weenies. What?
What?
It's like the weird like bum thing that birds have, so they like poo and bum out the same hole, don't they?
Poo and bum.
You know, like the other one. They wee and do the other one.
Poo and bum?
That's it. All just kind of comes out of one little traction there. Use the crap out of Mumble back in the day. I still use Mumble because Discord is way worse for voice. It's like really bad voice program. It's fine for like 3 people, but at the moment you get more than like 3 people in, it's like, oh, sorry. Beep boop, beep boop. And it's like, oh dear, stop that. It was nice to stop by. Bye now. Thank you for popping in. Restart TF2. I mean, I can. We can do that at the end of the server. Oh, you got another Sinori. Excellent taste, Spindle. Is that Natsuki throwing up? No, I don't know about I don't know about that, Spindle.
Throwing up.
Wait, which one's my sign? Oh, I've duplicated the Sayori sign. Somehow. Now there's 2 of them. This is difficult. Will you be making any new YouTube videos? Yeah. Yeah, I will. Yeah, actually, yeah.
No, you won't be. He doesn't,
No, I'm
doesn't
quitting.
do
I'm
YouTube
quitting
anymore.
forever. I'm now an O2 gamer. Goodbye, everyone. Just...
He only makes low content YouTube to get the views.
I don't know, 'cause
Call
it's fun.
him
It's fun.
Mizzle T 2.0.
No, I will. I probably will make a regular commentary of some kind and say, hello, I have been doing my university. Haha! Now I'm going to sit and play
I'm
Osu
collecting
for
ad revenue.
4 months. I'm collecting that juicy £5 ad revenue. Pay for, I don't know, a couple of Guinness so I can make the next video. Haha.
No, it won't get
I've yet
it.
to make a drunk video. I think YouTube allows those. Because that's all Shibby used to do, isn't it? Do you think I could do that? I could do like Woolen's alone and drunk on a Saturday playing TF2 by himself. Let's make a live commentary.
Sad.
Haha, today I'm going to think about my friend Tomu.
What, on a Saturday?
Yeah.
I'll be playing Overwatch with my friends.
They leave me alone to play a game made by a different company. Skype. Oh, wait. Can we just scare all of you? Give me a sec. Wait, shh. Skype. Shh. Chat. Listen to this. I hope this isn't Silver Gunner. Oh. Hey, Tommy.
What?
Got a little video to send you.
I'm not going to click it.
It's in Mumble. Tell me what you think of it. we go. You all like that?
Ah, I remember this.
I used to play Minecraft on Skype in 2009 or 10. When was the beta? Alpha beta was like 9-10, wasn't it? And a bit of 11. Danny's done plenty of videos in which he was drunk. We used to do drunk PUBG all the time. Back when that game was like way more fun. Turns out it's not as fun as it used to be. I don't know what happened. Like, I guess the player base got a lot younger, because when I played it, it was like still like a month, and no one wants to pay £30 for it. So the player base was majority slightly older. Now I guess it's like been through its super popular phase, so it's people who don't want to move on, and people like me who don't know what Fortnite is. What is this gravel pit?
It is.
Milkshake, do you want to go soldier or quick fix medic, and I can play the other one, and we can bounce around and go woof. No, you play medic, and I will. Sorry, I play medic. You play soldier, and I will follow you, and you can show me your sweet rocket jump skills. I need to change my hats though.
I have none.
Oh no, they showed up now. Photo badge. Look, actually, I need to show you this first. Thank you, Sayori. Real name unknown. Probably the man in chat earlier, who's not called Sayori, but we'll keep his name private. Oh shit. He's back for more. Moon. Thank you. Thank you for the burb. The burb. We've got a little situation going on here. Hey, Dan.
Hi.
I am happy to see you.
You don't see me.
That's what you think.
I like your name, Daniel. It's very creative.
What, Daniel?
Thanks.
Yeah, he has.
Oh,
a great
XD,
name.
XD, and XD slightly smaller.
It's XD to the power of XD.
Hello. Thank you very much. But
I
let me-
hate texting.
Let me go into this little
Why,
corner here.
Tomu? Why do you have to ruin all of them?
Tomu, has he ever not ruined a thing? Answer, no.
Oh, that's a bit sad. That's probably not true, Tomu.
It's a bit sad that he's a big ruiner.
But how is XD fun? It's just like, you're not XDing. You can't make that face. Physically, you cannot make that face.
So Milkshake, what am I playing? I'm playing medic,
You're
right?
playing whatever you want to play.
I'm gonna play
Woolen.
I'm
quick
playing
fix medic.
as... What are you
Okay.
playing as?
Do you want to see my jump?
Go. I'm the...
Come to A.
Go. Zoom. Do the rollout.
I don't know. The
A
roller
point.
doesn't
A point
go-
exists. Milkshake, it's the right. Go back. Come back.
This is left. This is...
No one's
don't
ever...
know.
I've never seen A point in my life.
That's not.
point.
This is how I'm gonna jump on L6's game.
This was the first map I played when I got a mouse that was not a like £5 wireless mouse from Amazon, and I was like, wow, Spy is a lot easier when you have a mouse. That was UGC Gold. Go on,
Why is
Milkshake,
there people on
zoom, Peebles. If you want the quick fix, let me know.
I can't see. He's too fast.
Jump, use your rocket jump. I'm a bit short.
It's
I
good you
can't rocket jump you
realise.
off.
Try. Oh, there we go.
Oh no, I'm down here now.
They're on the B.
If
point.
a company does not explicitly say we
That's
don't sell
Emma.
your data, then they sell your data. I don't know if Discord tells you if they tell you their data or not, but they
They do
probably
sell
do.
your data.
Like I don't see why
They
they
tell
wouldn't.
you. It's very clear in
It's
their
a free
terms
service.
of use or
I think
whatever.
it's perfectly reasonable. Like they're offering a free service that they could easily charge like £5 a month for
like-
service for.
It's like the second or third thing in their terms of service.
Yeah, they just sell all of it.
You're right.
I don't know if I'm assuming they also sell it on even like partnered servers and stuff. Like you're not exempt if you're a partner. Like everyone has their data. I don't think you can
Oh,
opt
yeah.
out of it. And maybe you could probably opt out of it if you like sent them a fax. Maybe.
Because it was made to rival Skype, which it has now done.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's done it.
But
It's beaten Skype. No one uses it.
It
and
doesn't
Microsoft.
rival. It is better than.
It is just an improvement in every way. Like Skype became
What the
bloated
fuck
over
you
the
doing?
years. I'm playing Medic. Skype became bloated and everyone was like,
Really?
we want a
No.
gaming version of Skype that every time I turn it on tells me about all my pylons and
Do a noob, Woolen.
XDs.
Do not jump into the
I'm sorry, I have a KD of infinite. Thank you. What's your KD?
That's pretty good.
Oh, go on, my dude. No. There you go.
Daniel, how do you roll out?
I like a good
Jump
curry.
the left hand jump.
Go on, dude. There you go.
don't have the left hand jump. You can
Nice
right hand
left
jump.
hand.
Spindle has a little mushroom friend.
Zoom. Very slow.
Insanely fast and quick, and all of those other fast adjectives.
I'm both slow.
And that's not a fast
Oh
adjective.
shit, he's pulling out his gun.
I'm walking into the pile. I'm walking into the skull.
Medic. Thanks, medic.
This map is so good for the crossbow. Help, there's a bad boy. Oh, I died.
It's too late.
Bad boys,
Unfortunate.
bad boys.
If you keep using the S voice command for demo, it sounds like you're saying I, which fits your sign, lol. I. Peebles. If it's free, then you're the product. Yes, that's the rule of thumb. Like, Facebook never said that they weren't selling your data. And if you looked at their data thing, they were like, hey, you know those adverts you watch that are like identical to your interests? Yeah, guess how we got those? Like, we know we have a robot version of you. Essentially, we have, like, we can AI you.
Why it's a surprise.
I don't know why it surprised people. Like, obviously they were. That's Google's thing. Have you ever been on any website ever? There's like pixels and little JavaScript nuggets and everything that just set up to farm your data. That's not a new thing. No, they taste giddy up, partner.
No, that's not what golden nuggets taste like.
Is that an advert for like food?
Yeah, it's a cereal and it says they taste.
Is that the one with the really? No, that's the one with the cow.
It's the one with the.
Which is the one with the scary monster?
Was you like?
The one with like the big scary monster that's like, "Rah, I'm gonna murder you."
Oh,
You know what I mean?
forgot.
He's like
Yeah,
hairy
I
and he's
know.
all like, "Hey, what's up?"
Wait, the honey one.
Honey, funky
Honey
Tim's
Puffs.
honey puffs. That must be it.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that's not.
My mum never let me have
Sugar
those
Puffs.
cereals because
Sugar
they were
Puffs.
just they even had sugar in the name.
Sugar Puffs.
I
Yeah,
completely
they're
forgot
not
to
a
have
cereal.
those.
Better look next time.
They're cereal.
Get
They
fucked
don't
by
count.
her.
They're too sugar. Can I have zoom?
Where'd you go?
Gee,
Are you the
Kill him.
medic on the left?
Thank you.
I got him.
I'm the medic
on
with
the
10
Zoom.
games.
the geisha boy. I used to do this on Spy.
KF.
You can do it.
No, you can't do it on the faster class.
I just did it.
Oh.
I used to do it as
Good
Spy.
job.
This is what we used to do, Tomu. We played that season together. This was when I used to play Spy with the Cloak and Dagger all the time because I still owned like a wireless.
I remember
crap
we did in
mouse.
one of our like awful UGC officials. Was it UGC? Well, I can't even remember what it was in, but I was soldier and the medic crits me and I got a 6k immediately.
Yeah, this is
Highlander.
amazing. Also, a sticky trap above that door there, or a
Yes.
sniper with the Machina. Anything.
Yeah, it was always the map.
The meme of what you did is you put 8 stickies above the door, then
Yeah.
you started shooting stickies on B to make them detonate like progressively.
So people think they all went, yeah. Oh, okay. There was that. There was a spy thing where you could do
I
a
got him.
really hard bunny hop on B, and you'd get into the spawn. And because it was so hard, no one thought you could do it. So anytime you did it, it was a guaranteed like 4 picks. That was the only time Spy was any good on this map. I still remember the time we were playing against an aimbotting demo. I Cloak and Dagger, I think, like on that up there, in the middle of completely nowhere. Oh, I don't think a Spy can get me, to be honest, but
Oh no, I thought you were the other medic.
No.
It can with the ambassador.
Actually, from this height, it probably do like it would probably heal me, to be honest. But I remember like 3 lives in a row, I Cloak and Daggered at a random point on this point, like there, maybe like there, maybe like there, and he killed me with double pipes every single life. And I complained that he was cheating, and no one would believe me. And I had video evidence, and they were like, "Oh, maybe he is." And I have no idea what happened to him. There was a similar issue with a demo on Steel.
I'm the unbackstabbable boy.
Yeah, he turned around, like, it flip turn every single... I didn't get one backstab on the whole game. And there was a point where he was shooting my teammates with all of his pipes at the top of that tiny staircase leading up from the bottom of E.
Yeah, I remember that exact clip, and you backstab him and literally nothing happens.
It was so weird. But that same guy, anytime we played in scrims before, I think his name was Zero, so it made me think that Zero to Hero was cheating and they were completely different people. But I remember him constantly double piping me when I was invisible, thinking, wow, this guy's amazing. He must have like really good earphones. It was just like
There's also
aimbot.
a Smash 4 player called Zero that I hate the existence of. So,
well, I guess he's not your hero.
Zoom me, zoom
Oh!
Do I-
Did you zoom?
Do you want to use the Crusader's crossbow so you never die again?
No. I like dying.
That's
Oh,
fine.
there's an entry here with a dispenser.
I'm surprised you
nice.
managed to hold A at all. I didn't know it was
It's,
possible.
it's a pub.
Well, even on pubs, you normally send like 100 heavy.
Go get the dispenser behind you.
Companies can steal your
No.
data all they like. It's like 90% memes. People really undervalue their data.
Dude,
They
I love
undervalue
memes.
their memes as well.
Like,
'Cause they
I
can
don't
use
want
those
people
memes.
seeing my memes.
do you
But
want
crazy.
people
See your
knowing
memes
that
and they
you
know what,
really
like-
liked, you know, that funny picture of a dog on my dogger review? Do Do you want Clark's shoes to know that you like doggos?
I definitely didn't do that.
What you need to consider though is that it's like advertising
I'm in the Tunny Hall.
agencies
Nice
that are
shot.
buying that data
Yeah.
to see what kind of memes, and then they're going to make adverts with those memes,
Yeah.
which will make you buy it because you'll be like, haha.
Dude,
You're gonna
I
be
saw-
so poor
I
in the
saw a
future 'cause all the
post
memes are
earlier,
gonna be
it was
ones you
from
like.
I forget what it was.
They're gonna
Some
have AI
company,
meme makers.
And they had a post about how terrible it is to lose your data, and the picture they used was a loss meme of like hard drives. And I was like, I swear, like 1% of people who've seen that advert will get the meme.
Exactly.
But
Well,
Jesus Christ.
do you think we're gonna get like meme AI made on Google DeepMind that has an advert structure and it decides based on your meme preferences what meme to show you? And you're thinking, I'm gonna buy a new
Probably
stereo
does.
this Black Friday. My current one, I don't own one.
A,
You'll get like 100 adverts, and the one with the best meme gets your money. You'll be like, oh my god, I love Super Smash Brothers Melee for the Nintendo GameCube. Sony just advertised me a Super Smash Brothers meme. It said Wombo Combo on the stereo. That's a meme. I'm gonna buy that
That's not a Melee
stereo.
thing anymore.
Is it now
People
just a thing
think-
in general?
People think like
It's
more
Overwatch.
League shit.
And League.
It's
Wombo
anything is
combo.
considered a wombo combo now.
Do people say?
Also, guy in your chat, do get a mouse mat. Buy a good.
Yeah,
mouse
yeah,
mat.
100% buy a mouse
Steel
mat.
series to like
QCK.
QCK, that's what it's called. I have that one as well, and like nearly all people who are
QCK.
good at video games.
Use
do.
a QC. Yeah, use it. I need to replace mine because it's years old and it's a bit manky. Because
Yeah,
it's
mine's
years old.
pretty
But they're kind of
no-ish.
expensive.
That's not
They're like
too bad. It's
£14.
Like 12 euro.
They've
That's
gone
not
up.
that expensive.
It's
It
like
depends what one you
50%
get.
more than I bought. I always buy the giant one.
Amazing.
I want to buy the really big one, but like I
See,
bought the large.
I
I
only
want to
have,
buy the
like,
desk-sized one though, but I
I
can't
think I
afford
only
it.
have the normal one. Like I don't have a plus or anything because my sense is retard high. I don't really
Oh.
need the space.
I like plus.
I always spend like 30 quid, 35 quid on a mouse pad because I always get the really large ones.
Yeah, I want the
So-
desk-sized one. I think it's literally worth the material. You're getting 3 times the size, so it's costs 3 times as
But
much.
double the usage as well. 'Cause
Yeah, you
you've
can put it
got
on your
one half which is going to be your keyboard.
I have that
Yeah,
right
you
now
keep your
with my
keyboard
old.
untouched.
not move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it'll be untouched. And then so when
guess you could
want
flip
that
it
on one
around.
side,
If you, if
yeah,
you fuck
you got
it,
the other
just
side.
That's
one
pretty
idiot.
smart.
Don't
But
fuck your key.
yeah, don't
thingy
fuck your
majiggy.
keyboard. But I used to have. I still have it. I have this Perix mouse pad because I didn't think mouse pads were important.
Chris, you know the meme here.
It's awful. It's awful.
Let's
It's
go.
sandpaper for my hands. It's really thick. You'd think it wouldn't matter because it's a mouse pad. It was like £5 cheaper than the QCK, so I got it at the time. It was giving me really, really bad wrist pain. I didn't know what it was. Turns out it was the mouse pad. Switched to the QCK.
Can you not do it anymore?
Had
They
no
fixed
issues ever
it.
since. Nice to tell you, by the way. Well, I guess I'm
think they
gonna
fixed this.
lose my Medigun Ubercharge.
Unfortunate.
That's fine.
Do you know the thing in Spawn where you could jump on like the power line thing, Woolen? Oh,
Oh,
no,
Yeah, you
they
can still
didn't
do
fix
that.
it.
They never fixed that. They fixed
Yeah.
one spot on one map, but not all of them on every map. I think that map used to have 2.
Oh, I can get out of this.
I'm
There was
from
one behind.
Soldier.
There's 2 spots in Spawn. There used to be. Maybe there's only 1 spot now. There was one behind the pylon to the
That's
left,
the one I was talking about.
and there
yeah.
was also
I
one on the right. I think they got rid of the one on the right.
They did.
They also got rid of some. They got rid of teleport traps as well, which was like this was
Yeah.
the map for it. Literally, unless you have the world's best sensor, a mouse pad will give you like a 200% improvement in in how
Yeah.
reliable your mouse is.
And the
Any
Steel Series
cracks?
one's just the best
Yeah.
recommended one.
SteelSeries is reliable. Everyone's used it for years. They last a while. They're good material. Doesn't hurt your wrists. They're really thin in a good way. Fray a little bit at the end. That's fine. But if you just play on hardwood, if there's any cracks, there'll be a slight increase, a little bump in
You
there,
hear
the
this?
sensitivity.
I don't want that in my wrist, you know?
Yeah. Also, it's uncomfortable for you to put your hand on. Like they
Yeah.
use cloth because it's comfy. Otherwise, they just use like smooth plastic.
Yeah, my old one used to like actually fuck my wrist.
This is,
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
like this.
that's
It
it.
was a
That's
really
what this
cheap
Perix one did. It was hurting my wrist. But
Yeah, mine was. It was. I got it from a cheap. It was from a fucking Nintendo magazine, so it's not like surprising it was bad, but it's like owie ow.
the other thing is, even like bits of hair and dust in your mouse sensor will make a difference. That's the fact that if you're trying to use it, especially if you're using a shiny surface. Like my desk isn't necessarily like shiny; it's an IKEA black oak slab, but it's
Yeah,
a bit
mine's sort of
shiny.
the same.
If I try to use it on
Still
here,
shiny.
I don't know if it'll get it. I get this if I'm switching OSU maps because I put it up here, but it'll go like woof all the time. Mousepad is a
Oh
continuous
yes, I hate
surface.
when my table fucking barks at me.
Does your wait what? Does
You said it goes woof.
Does yours not? Mine sometimes
That's
balks
just
at me
you.
as well.
I wish I had a
You
table.
might
I
actually
did
have a
that.
dog.
Oh, are you using a dog as a table? That's not okay.
Did you not just hear him?
Wait, I didn't notice.
Oh shit. Oh, there's tails whacking. Do you not regularly feed? You not regularly been feeding your tablet cover as well? Oh, sorry, you call them graphics tablets. Oh. There's a thing, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's recent, but people have been using... specifically the SteelSeries QCK, but they've been using their mouse pads as a graphics tablet cover in OSU. I'm assuming it's because it like increases friction, but it's really, really obscure to see someone using a pen on a seemingly like empty surface, because normally it has a mouse on it, or as a tablet that you can easily see. I'm assuming it's just so you have that extra friction. It means you don't have to spend £30 on a Foxbox cover, although that would be nice. But it's just really weird.
Yeah.
I'm going to play as the scout. Soldier.
Pirate spy.
That's that's one of those Yerman 9 at 5s, eh? Those Nerma bit over and 1 or 2 maybe.
Is that German?
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
It's one of the
Why didn't you
secret
get the
advertisers for
help
SteelSeries. I would love to be
I
advertised
did
by
get it.
SteelSeries.
Are
I
you
was
using?
only one.
Be great.
I'm
Sponsored.
using the shoes.
Sure,
I like the shoes.
Wouldn't it be like it's like a streamer
boots
dream
versus the
to be
shoes,
sponsored
which
by
are better?
companies that you actually like? Like if I could get sponsored by like SteelSeries, Corsair, Sennheiser, I'd be over the moon.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. It'll make me seem like I'm a cool guy as well, because I'm not sponsoring like dodgy Russian trading sites. I'm sponsoring like a product I actually have been using for like 8 years. Or like, oh, if Cadbury's want to sponsor me with free chocolate fingers, that would be superb. But, oh, Woolen, could you spend 5 seconds at the start of your TF2 live commentaries just shouting out Cadbury's chocolate fingers, and we'll send you £800,000?
Well, the way to get sponsorships, Woolen, is you have to email them.
Yeah, I don't know how you get sponsors.
Can't just wait.
How do you get
have to
stream
email.
sponsors?
You approach them.
Can I email SteelSeries and say, hey, will you give? Do they give you money?
No. They'll give you something. It'll be part of your
I
contract that you finalise.
They'll probably
with
give
them.
I don't think they
something
pay
like
you,
a
they-
promo code.
yeah, they give you
and
a promo
people who use
code,
your
yeah.
promo code, you get shit from that.
I don't need that though, because Twitch is now with Amazon. Like, if you buy something through the thing at the bottom, it's the exact same as that, isn't it? I think
No.
Bonfire bought
Sort of.
my
I love
headphones
demo
through my
night
link, and I
mates,
got
by
like
the way, Chris.
like 5 quid. 5 quid
Fuck
maybe.
demo night. Return.
It's like 5%. I think you get on them, or
Well,
2%. Maybe
The
not more than that.
sponsorship is whatever you finalise with them. So
It's
you
a-
could
it's a
get
per
paid
people
if
thing.
you were big enough.
If I was
you were
like
Shroud.
Shroud, yeah, and I had like a thing on the bottom right of my screen that like went between SteelSeries and a bunch of other companies, that's probably worth loads, then,
'Cause,
isn't it?
like,
'Cause it's
I
like,
know
oh, the big
who,
the big streamer uses it.
Oti, who's like the top RuneScape streamer, he's sponsored by, a bunch of different companies, and the deals are worth like, 10,000 quid or something. And he gets paid straight
Yeah,
up
but
just to sign it.
the amount that
then
they'll
it gets
make off
extra.
of it is also really big, so it's a pretty
Yeah,
good deal for
yeah, but
everyone.
That's the point.
It's a,
But, like,
That's
he's a-
what sponsorships
it's,
are. Woolen.
that's like a nice
Ta-da!
stable
But
income.
that's what he gets, and like,
Stable,
he has,
reliable.
Like 4,000 viewers. So
4,000 viewers is like, you have to be
It's a lot.
at the top
Everything's
of your thing
snowball.
for that.
The rich get richer and all that shit, you know?
Yeah, but you can also get lucky. Like, if you get a really good host one day and everyone happens to stay, that can just be it. Like, you can go from having 5 viewers to, like, 50 in, like, a week.
but he goes and approaches, people to sponsor him, or they'll approach him.
Hey,
So
anyone in chat, are any of you SteelSeries CEO? Any of you...
you wouldn't be speaking.
Any of you
to the
David
CEO.
Mitchell?
The CEO
Do
doesn't.
you think David
the
Mitchell's
CEO
the...
doesn't partake in.
No, the CEO, he'll talk to me. He likes my streams. He
But the CEOs don't
frequently
partake in
posts a woolly
sponsorship
wave.
deals.
He pops in and says, "Oh shit, is that Woolen?" Like, we don't normally... I normally do this with the plebeians and their Ford Fiestas. But, do you wanna just have, like,
You
£8 million?
You understand how sponsorship works?
I know how it works for, like, runs.
Done by
Can
the
I do a
marketing team.
Can I do a sponsored run for SteelSeries?
It's done by the marketing team.
I'll
the
run-
CEO doesn't give a shit.
I'll run for an hour in my local high street
No,
for,
he does.
like, a tenner.
He does too.
I
That's
think he's an
CEO
idiot.
specific. You're gonna die, Woolen.
What? You sure?
You died.
No, I didn't.
I didn't do anything, but you died.
No.
Why does the medic not know the Healy gone? Ah.
You're a secretary in SteelSeries. Oh, you aren't. You put a space between Steel and Series. You're lying.
That's how you know he's not
So
legit.
that's how you know he's
And
one of
he
those
didn't capitalise-
dodgy
He didn't
emails.
capitalize it and follow it with like an R registered trademark.
Yeah, you have to do the registered trademark. Otherwise, people emailing SteelSeries don't know that it's a registered trademark. They might think, oh, can I just use this? Can I just use this logo? As you think. The music sounded a lot like your doorbell tune. You have Chirino's theme as your doorbell tune?
If you want a
Sweet.
promo code for SteelSeries, go to twitch.tv/Goron guy.
Does he
A
have
Zelda
one?
speedrunner who has a SteelSeries thing.
Oh.
I got a $5 off my headset. Hashtag Goron guy, smile.
I've just realised I've never ever actually used one of those codes. Always like, oh, get like 10% off these headphones. It's like, I'm never going to do that. And then I'll later go and buy headphones and be like, wow, these are expensive.
Yeah, I just
Probably
like,
should
I have
use
a
those one day.
SteelSeries headset. And it's purple, haha.
Yeah.
I just find
I should.
every channel that's sponsored is just sponsored by some shitty company that I don't want their product.
Yeah.
So
I should
because it's got money off, I won't get it.
end my stream. Because I have
End your
my...
life.
No, it's out of nowhere. I've got to wake up early to do my Foundations of Security exam. And then get really drunk. It's a Saturday. No stream. But yeah, I'm going to see you all on Sunday. I don't know what we're doing, but probably playing a video game. Maybe.
No. Play no
Really?
sport.
A video game?
I
Yeah.
have my doubts.
Have a nice Saturday, and I'll
Nope.
see you all on Sunday. I need to host someone, actually. I think Ash is streaming.
Who?
I'm streaming. Play a
Di
stream.
Balata.
What are you
I am
streaming,
going to
Tom?
host...
I'm streaming me watching Woolen stream.
Should I host someone with, like... Should I host someone with, like, 2 viewers?
What's me?
Are you streaming, Daniel?
No.
Well... I am going to
Oh no,
host...
no, wait, host Cake.
Is Cake streaming?
No.
Oh, for Christ's sake, Daniel. Okay,
I could stream me eating Fox's party rings, but audio only.
Oh, this guy has the exact same title as me. How
What
is
is
how
your
is how
title?
is his title? Is that anime music? Because if there's anime music, that's a big no-go.
Never
Okay.
mind.
Should...
I'm gonna host a flaming toaster. It's my
No,
old.
host Hedgehog Hero.
Where's Hedgehog? Who's Hedgehog Hero? I
He's
can't do
a-
it now. I've now said I'm gonna host. It'd be really rude of me to say no.
No,
Good night,
yeah.
chat. I'll see you on Sunday.
Idiot.